In a world where the marks think they know better than the wrestlers and the bookers, the Fantasy Booking Institute exists to pretty much do exactly that. This is a visit from the FBI.
This is Dan the Dad, and you should listen to Raw and Order or you're grounded.
Well, thank you for that intro, Dan the Dad. You know, one of my favorite things about that intro, though, is you can hear Warhorse hawking his goods in the background the entire time because he's always working. Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Booking Institute, your weekly dose of pro wrestling fantasy booking. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarks, and I am joined, as always, by the feller immediately to my left, D.A. Vincent Kayfabe. What's going on, man? How are you?
Twinsies!
Get some beard love then for that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Beard love.
My God, we just started the show with that. People are going to be like, what did I just tune into?
Fuck this. I'm out.
Now that we've gotten rid of all those people, let's bring on the real star of the show.
We also have joining us without gracing us with his picture, JLB. What's going on, man? How are you?
You know, I was about to dish a little dirt on you for always using Warhorse. I'm like, if he's going to use Warhorse, I'm going to get ready to tear him up a new asshole for never using Then the Dead. But you got me to the punch. You done did it. You used Dan the Dad, and I'm happy. And Dan the Dad is always awesome. But I'm good. I'm happier now.
Do you
shows
know
how much
why
you know.
he uses more Warhorse in your eyes than other people?
Why?
Hold on. Because Tuesday nights he uses Dan the Dad. Sunday nights he uses Warhorse.
Yeah.
Every
Yes.
single week.
Every week, it's Dan the Dad for fantasy booking and Warhorse for Raw and Order. And so because you deuce out on this one so often, you miss Dan the Dad.
I feel like I've been here the last 3 times. No?
Well, then that would have been when you learned about Dan the Dad.
Yeah. Then
I mean,
Holy shit, he has Dan the Dad on there. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just me not paying attention more so than me not necessarily being here.
Also
it
highly
could be that
likely.
too.
yeah,
Very
that
highly
definitely
likely.
tracks as well.
Yeah.
That tracks as well. If you are new to this particular show, this is the show where we take turns challenging the others to book some unknown and often unlikely scenario in the world of professional wrestling. We get a little wacky sometimes, to be perfectly honest, though.
We start the show with beard love every now and then.
Yeah. This is not the show that we spend like half an hour talking about infertility and all of that stuff. That was the Sunday show, which got really weird, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, we can talk about infertility.
You'll never know.
Fantasy book your infertility.
Yes.
It
Fantasy
could be a
book
thing.
your sperm donation. Oh, geez.
Wow, 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 wow.
Well, first, they're going to take me into the room, not getting eye contact with another guy on the way in. And then they're going to say, you know, it's okay if it only takes you 2 minutes. That's fine. And I'll go, whew, thank you for that.
I appreciate that.
Yes, that's pressure off me. And then
But there's
bing,
going to
bang,
be more
bang.
pressure that comes off of you.
Yeah.
You're no longer going to be partners with Datnisco after this.
I don't think Tatnus gives a fuck about but
now we're really not going to be.
but we didn't come here to talk infertility the entire time. That might come later. Who knows? We are going to talk fantasy booking, but
Or
like
come sooner than you think.
Yeah,
Yeah. I do have to say this, that I've been really disappointed in myself the last 2 days, realizing that in my telling of that story, I missed the absolute layup pun of when I was talking about how I didn't need longer than the 3-minute porno and all. I missed the layup of calling myself a well-oiled machine.
That would have been valid. That would have been helpful.
And I'm disappointed in myself.
That would have covered your ego a little bit there, bud.
You know, well-oiled. Pun intended. Anyways,
Lubricated machine.
Mm-hmm.
Pun is always intended.
Always. As JLB brought up, though, we are part of the Tatnus Co podcast network. So when you're done listening to this, yeah, for now at least, TFN. But you, when you're done listening to this episode, and of course clicking the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button, you can head on to the Doobly Doos just down below, and you can click the link to tatnusco.com, and you can check out the other shows on the network there. There's some great shows there. Tell them we sent you, and then come back again on Sunday because we'll be talking wrestling again then.
Yeah.
But we will get into the fantasy booking. I always like to open the floor up to the others to see if they want to go first.
Nope.
That's a no from JLB. Is that also a no from DA Fabe?
No, I'll wait.
Okay. Then I will start. You know, that's process of elimination. There's 3 people, and the other 2 said they were waiting, so that leaves it to me. So I'll get right into it. Because it's been on my mind tonight. Tonight was NXT 2.0, which featured potentially the last match for Kyle O'Reilly in NXT and potentially the last appearance for Johnny Gargano in NXT. Both of them appeared. Kyle O'Reilly got the snot beat out of him by Von, whatever his fucking name is.
Von Wagner. Yeah.
I just keep thinking Van Hammer, and then I go, I don't want to remember Van Hammer.
Could have been Big Van Vader.
Yeah, I if I would have gotten to that, though. But anyways, I got the snot beat out of him in a cage by Von Wagner, whatever, and went out on his back, which I guess is the way you're supposed to go in wrestling. When you're leaving a company, you put over the new talent. So I'm fine with that. And Johnny Gargano came out to give his tell-all interview where he was going to say everything and really didn't get to say anything and got the snot beat out of him by, I don't know what the fuck his name is. Who the fuck
Whaler,
is this?
something Whaler.
Yeah. Okay. Who the fuck is this?
Grayson Whaler or something?
Yeah.
Waller or Whaler. Or
yep. I don't care who the
whatever.
fuck is this.
Who the fuck is this? It's a great shirt.
Yeah. So,
we can buy it.
Spreadshirt.com.
Yeah, gee, the link is in the doobly doos. And then after the show, there was what I'm referring to as Curtain Call 2021 ? Where Johnny Gargano
Curtain Call Takeover. Curtain Call.
Maybe Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Kyle O'Reilly all got together outside the ring or inside the ring and then outside the ring afterwards, talked to the fans in the crowd, and effectively said their goodbyes. We may be being worked. We can't rule that out. But I don't know.
Just
to
like
me,
their style.
Yeah. To me, that seemed an awful lot like Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly saying goodbye to NXT. So the fantasy booking for you guys is I want each of you to choose one of the 2 and then book where they're going to end up and their first feud in wherever they end up.
I'll let you choose.
I'll let you have Gargano, but you got to go first.
So you're choosing Gargano, and I'm going to go
Gargano.
Oh, okay.
I'm letting you have the one you know more about.
Thank you. That's really undisputed of you. Because you got the undisputed guy. All right, bad joke. Fair. So I almost feel like I would like to have Gargano get a main title run, and I feel like he would get that more so on Impact than AEW. I feel like AEW will just corner him into the TNT position for a hot minute. So I'm going to go with Gargano to Impact. In terms, who is the Impact champion right now? Is this? It's not. It's no longer Moose, is it?
No, it is. who was it? It was fucking Josh Alexander won it, and then
Moose interrupted.
someone beat him for it, but
Josh Alexander won it again?
no, someone beat him
Because
for it, and then,
yeah, Moose had interrupted, knocked him down, pinned him, and then he was the champion. So Josh Alexander was only champion for like 20 seconds. I'm just wondering if anyone had beaten Moose after that.
I think it's still Moose. That's what I think.
I thought it was someone else, but here's we're going to the Wikipedia.
The Wikipedia. They want you to
Nope.
donate. Apparently, they're
Moose
really
is the
losing money.
Impact World Champion.
Yep, Moose is still the Impact World Champion. Trey Miguel is the X Division champion. Good Brothers still the tag champions. Mickey James is the Knockouts champion. Inspiration
Grace,
Knockout Tag
digital
Teams.
medium champion.
And Jordan Grace, Digital Media. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's true. Snap. I don't know how he'd fare against Moose with me stating that he would go against. But I think Josh Alexander gets it back from Moose, and we have ourselves a nice little Moose versus Gargano. Josh Alexander versus Gargano. How that would set up is whatever Impact's next pay-per-view is. I don't know if Josh Alexander is technically going to face Moose, or if they've already ended that somehow and Moose dominated him. But you have Josh Alexander basically beating Moose at their next pay-per-view. Lights go out. Then boom, Gargano just shows up in the ring like that. Fans go crazy. And I don't necessarily know if they've ever faced each other in the Indies. Yeah, Gargano hasn't been in the Indies for so long. And not just so I doubt they've ever faced each other. But I feel like both of those guys would mesh really well. His wife is still in NXT though, huh? It's just Gargano who's bouncing.
On maternity leave, but yes.
Yeah.
Candy,
Okay.
good old Candy LeRae.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, I just don't know how you would build the storyline if they've never really meshed together.
That's
Just-
because your storyline is shit. Why don't you look up a little something about Kyle O'Reilly and I'll do this for you. He goes to AEW. He challenges Andrade El Idolo, and he gives us 5-star match after 5-star match after 5-star match in a repeat of what was 6 to 8 months of his career
Where?
Yep.
when Andrade had the title
In NXT.
in NXT.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I know it's generic. I know it's boring. I also know that it would be 5-star match after 5-star match after 5-star match.
So
That's
just so
very
you know,
valid.
Josh Alexander and Johnny Gargano wrestled, it looks like 3 singles matches against each other in a variety of indies, but nothing really big. Like
Nothing really big.
AIW, Smash Pro Wrestling, AW. So, and
Okay.
Oh,
it hasn't been since 2016.
I'm sorry.
wow.
That was mean of me. I shouldn't have been mean like that. I apologize. It was my other
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah, we'll let JLB finish his crappy booking.
No, so I guess you just do the plain old. So you're the top guy around here. Well, I'll let the fans call out my name, John, and then the fans shout out Johnny Wrestling. And I just feel like you will have some kind of 5-star match with Josh Alexander and Gargano. Haven't seen it before. It's something new. It's something fresh. The fans would be behind both. I don't see Gargano necessarily being a heel. So you will have a face versus face sort of scenario going on there. Yeah, I don't have any creative inputs on.
You know, the advantage, and I do kind of like where you went with the Josh Alexander feud, creating a feud there. I think Josh Alexander being the heel though is the move here. as Josh Alexander does more of a collegiate style wrestling. And so, you're going to use that moniker, Johnny Wrestling, huh?
Okay, nice.
I can show you some real wrestling. And then you do a couple matches that are submission matches or no striking matches or stuff that we really don't see.
Right. It'd be different.
Yeah. Kurt Angle could come in as a special guest referee. He is in their Hall of Fame.
That's a valid point. And also, so I guess, because I was thinking you can't make Josh heel either because he's beating Moose, and Moose is technically a heel for what he did to Josh Alexander.
Moose is a beast. That's all he is.
But he's kind of heelish since what he did to Josh Alexander. But I guess you could kind of slowly turn Josh Alexander heel onto their feud and play that whole I'm real wrestling, you're nothing, you're just whatever, you know what I mean? So I do like your idea though of them doing best of 7 type of matches sort of ordeal, one no striking, one you have to submit me to win, so use ultimately the best wrestler, so on and so forth. And I see Gargano taking it. I could see it going to 7 though. The full 7 at let's say Bound for Glory. I guess Bound for Glory is too
wow,
long.
that would be a year-long series. That would be fantastic.
No, I don't know how you. I guess you don't
even
necessarily have to
wrestle
wrestle.
a title. Like you can have it be for a title next year, but you can have it build without a title. That's not bad. I kind of like that.
And with Josh actually also technically slowly being a heel, he can always try and void Johnny Gargano. Sure. Kind of thing. So that could kind of work out. Johnny Gargano doesn't necessarily get the title for a bit. But who knows? I would love to see Gargano in the X Division. That'd be a fun time too. So that would kind of be good. And it gives the fact that Impact is not just going to go with their top guy, their newest fresh meat coming in, getting the title right away. You know what I mean? So it helps Gargano build a reputation there. So I think that would just be a fun match. I feel like WWE's done something like that, though, no?
Well, they've had the long build with Cena and Rock, and actually that turned out better than expected. So
no, but I mean one with like who's a legitimate wrestler and who's not.
Oh, sure they have. Rock's done it. Just recently they had. Was it Gulak that did it? Sparks.
Gulak was his whole thing was he's the technical real wrestler.
And I think Gable did it in one match, but Gulak had a series where he did it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I mean, you could argue that the whole gimmick of the Revival was where the real wrestlers, not these.
Oh, okay.
So effectively, they had a whole tag team based off of it.
That is true.
So yeah, no, I like your booking overall. I will point out something though, in defense of DA Fabe's outburst in it. Johnny Gargano has had 4 5-star or more matches in his career. 2 of them against Adam Cole, 1 of them against Andrade Almas, and 1 of them against Tommaso Ciampa. He had a 4 3/4 star match against Aleister Black. He had another 4 3/4 star match against Ricochet, who's being wasted in WWE. Just absolutely.
I hope he goes to AEW so badly.
And so in defense of DA Fabe's outburst, the simple fact is 3 of the top opponents Johnny Gargano has faced, according to at least Mr. Meltzer, are all in AEW.
But
2 of them, 2 of them are in a team
for building a different brand.
Yeah,
too.
But 2 of them are also in a team, with Andrade and Aleister Black, Malachi Black, whatever you want to call him, in their team. And so Johnny Gargano could come in and just instantly be slotted in against them. Maybe bring him in as the savior after the whole incident with Pac. where he comes in and says, "Listen, I couldn't stand by and just watch you come in here and destroy another person or whatever." But I'm not saying that's exactly the way to go. I liked your booking. I'm just saying that,
I just think those two
Once there
together.
was
I
a little
mean,
bit thrown in,
yeah,
once you made it a year long and stuff like that, that really worked.
yeah. I kind of more just thought of the wrestling aspect and didn't go too crazy into the creative. And then I'm like, oh, but that would be so amazing. And then you threw in the little legit wrestling versus regular wrestling, I guess.
Versus pro wrestling.
He's also got 3 separate 4.5-star tag team matches that included FTR as opponents. So,
oh my god, yeah. No, I just figured too. Fabe would go with AE Dubs with Kyle O'Reilly. There's so much to work with there as well. So I figured I would.
Some words in Fabe's mouth right now.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. So I'll shut my trap. Josh Alexander, Johnny Gargano. My match, year-long feud. It ends at Bound for Glory or Slammiversary is too soon, I think, if I'm not mistaken with how their pay-per-views go. Yeah, and a best of 7 goes to the end. Gargano ultimately takes it, and it leads to him actually going to be number 1 contender to face whoever's champion then. So it's not even for the title. So I liked your idea there. Teamwork, guys. Good job.
It can be for the title eventually, but
see, I mean, my twist is you have it be Josh Alexander versus him the entire time, but have it midway through the year. It's not about the title, but midway through the year, Josh Alexander gets a title shot.
Division title.
Yeah, gets a title shot at someone, an X Division title or world title. Finally gets his rematch and wins the title, therefore making the feud title contention, even though it wasn't originally about the title.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Either way, I really like that booking, especially those two against each other. I think if you start off with a no kicking match or a traditional collegiate style wrestling match or whatever, I think there's something to be said there. I think that'd be kind of cool. Well, what, you want to sumo wrestle me? Come on, Alexander.
No, that I feel like is WWE booking right there.
No, I mean, like, throwing it at Alexander, be like, what are you talking about? Real wrestling. What, you want to sumo wrestle me? Come on. And we know Gargano can play a heel. So Gargano can come in and be a heel. I mean, they both can be heel and face throughout the year. It's
that's true. Very doable. I just feel like once he comes in, the fans are gonna go ape shit.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily make him heel right away.
Babyface.
Yeah. Here's the deal: is
for sure.
Anytime you have a major signing like this with any company, whether it's Impact or AEW or even if Ring of Honor or NWA comes into play, right? You bring in a major signing like this, they have to be a face at the beginning, right? Sure. Because they're gonna get that face pop one way or another, right? And so the only way you can bring a person in as a heel is if they were maybe like really known for their heel behavior in the previous place, and I'm trying to coach my words right. We're not the A-level stars in the previous place that they should have been, right? For instance, Scott Hall coming in from WWE, he was not considered a top-tier talent in WWE going into this, right? And then he leaves with WWF, I should say. And then he leaves and he goes to WCW and immediately comes in as a heel. That's how you can do it. But in almost any other place, they're going to get that pop. They have to be a face at the beginning. It's one of the things AEW did so great with Bryan Danielson, as they brought him in as a face because they knew he'd get that face pop. And then they let him, after a month or so, start to bring out that heelish behavior. And then they just let him destroy most of the Dark Order and literally kicking Colt Cabana's teeth in.
Right.
And now he's got heel heat. That's the way to do it. So, okay. DFA.
DFA. Let's hear it. Oh, wait, that's me. Sorry. So,
Look at Charlotte Flair.
yeah. It's pre some surgeries.
Look, it's Bryan Danielson.
Why are you touching Charlotte's boobs?
Well, because I got to hold the camera, the thing somewhere. Look, it's Miro.
Jeez. Anyway, moving forward.
Forwardly moving, we shall.
So this is what I do. I have Kyle O'Reilly come in, and it's going to seem extremely generic at the beginning. It's going to seem basic. It's going to seem something like, oh, this is exactly what we thought it'd be. Kyle O'Reilly comes in and talks with Bobby Fish and Adam Cole Bebe.
Oh, he goes to AEW. The words in his mouth were correct. Sorry. Go ahead.
As a free agent.
Okay.
And we know that the Elite is in multiple locations right now. They're in Impact. They're in AEW. Kyle O'Reilly comes in saying, hey, I'm a free agent, but I'm going to hang out with my boys when I'm here. Who knows? Maybe we'll all be draped in gold again. You know what I'm saying? And just leave it at that. He has a few matches here and there. He sets up, goes on Impact, maybe has a few matches there. In April of 2022, Adam Cole Bebe wins the TNT title, throwing some additional legitimacy on the fact that the only guy who could beat Sammy Guevara was Adam Cole Bebe, with Undisputed Era slash the Elite being involved. That same April, that night that Adam Cole wins, O'Reilly turns on it and says, I'm taking this to TK's newest company, his developmental brand, and I'm going to turn it into their new men's championship. I'm headed to the relaunch of Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
And so until they get a Ring of Honor title established, which opens up the chance for a TNT title tournament, because he took the title off of, took the title off of Adam Cole Bebe. They have the TNT title, which TK goes, yeah, man, just use that one for a little bit. We'll get a title made again for ROH. You're good. Just use that for a little bit. In ROH, he has a very large feud. You might say large enough to have 8 arms. And immediately the first person who's after the ROH title and wants to put it into the ROH name instead of that TNT name is Jonathan Gresham. So we get Kyle O'Reilly versus Jonathan Gresham. Kyle O'Reilly playing very, very heel. Even though he just turned on the Undisputed Era, he's playing very, very heel here because he's going to have the title. And I don't know, I got the only real title that matters here. We don't even have to get this. And TK says, no, man, I got you your title. By the way, it's going to be a ladder match with Gresham. And suddenly he goes, wait, I thought I was your boy. I thought it was your boy. Like, yeah, no, you got to get that title. By the way, I'm going to need that back. I got a tournament going on over on the other brand. And treats them as 2 separate brands, but ROH being an obvious developmental brand. You have a contract there, you stay there through the entirety of the contract. I can bid you into the other one, or I can leave you there as a trainer, as a teacher, as a guide. But I do not switch you while your contract is going on. And Kyle O'Reilly becomes the face of the new ROH. Or the heel of the new ROH, because Jonathan Gresham is going to be the face of it. That's where I go.
That's that's not just booking. You're also a bank teller there. You're Tony Khan's investment.
I get to fantasy
name.
book it. It's called fantasy booking. If I
That's
want
about
Tony
it.
Khan to buy out WWE, I'll have Tony Khan buy out WWE.
Valid point. Valid point.
No,
I like that.
I
That's
don't. I don't
interesting.
want TK to ruin to not ruin. I don't want WWE to ruin TK.
Mhm. So, an interesting side note to this booking DFA have had, because he mentioned Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham recently was the Ring of Honor Pure title champion, right? Until September 12th, when he lost it to Josh Woods. Josh Woods is the current Ring of Honor Pure champion,
Mhm.
and still technically has it until their pay-per-view here December or whatever it is.
Yep.
Whenever
It didn't
is
happen yet?
exactly. No. It's coming
like
up.
the 28th. It's the end of the.
Yeah, it's their big end of the year one. But Josh Woods, the current
30th.
Ring of Honor Pure title holder, just wrestled at AEW Dark's TV tapings against Sean Spears.
What?
I'm telling you, there's going to be some. Now, part of the reason Josh Woods did that is because they do have open contracts right now with ROH.
Yeah.
Because they know that
Well,
they're closing for 4 months.
Yeah.
But
and
it's
he's
silly
got
not to think that at least the equipment's worth something to TK. And I really think the name is worth something, especially as a developmental for TK.
Yeah. I mean, the simple fact. Let's take a step.
The library's worth money.
The library is the big thing. I think if TK's looking at something right now from Ring of Honor, the library is the main thing. Everything else is just lanyard. A little bit extra. However, here's the deal: is they've got one last final show for Ring of Honor, and then they're on hiatus for at least 4 months, maybe ever. Who knows? But Josh Woods has
4 months ever.
Yeah. But Josh Woods has to make ends meet. And go on Dark, see if you can impress enough that you get a chance at a contract. And go. But you take a step back and you look at Ring of Honor and think of it as a developmental brand instead of thinking of it as a legitimate competitor brand. Makes a whole lot of sense. Look over at WWE. How many people from WWE, how many big stars now in WWE
Or
started off in
AEW.
Ring of Honor? Or AEW, yeah. But
I mean, you
But
got CM Punk's been on ROH. You've got obviously Tyler Black was in ROH, who is now Seth Rollins. Moxley was in ROH, short-lived. His was more ZZW.
Wasn't Riddle in ROH?
Claudio Castagnoli, Riddle, Tommaso Ciampa, Gargano.
I'm on
The
cage matches.
centipede. The centipede is what I'm just naming my way through that centipede.
Yeah, everyone. I mean,
Everyone in that centipede.
everyone definitely ROH for sure.
Yeah. Claudio Castagnoli.
That's because they've had such long careers, though, right?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke.
Lee Moriarty, who's now on AEW, with Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There is something about the people in ROH that know how to teach some people. Abyss was there. AJ Styles has been there. Alexis LeRae has been there. Amazing Red was there. Jeez, there's just boatloads.
Anybody who's anybody, really.
Seriously,
Started in ROH.
Brian XL, I believe, is Burning Cage, isn't it? Nope, it's not. I was incorrect about that. Matt Stryker was there.
AJ Styles, no?
AJ Styles was there. Yep.
You also had what's his face? Christopher Daniels was there. The other dude,
Adam Pearce was there.
Yep.
Kyle O'Reilly was there.
Scorpio Sky, Shelton Benjamin,
Yep.
Sanjay Dutt.
Serena Deeb, Samoa Joe.
D'Lo wrestled there for a while.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It was post WWE, so it really doesn't count for this argument, but it's still.
Kaz Hayashi was there. Carl Anderson was there.
Brian, of course, Brian Danielson. We can. Christopher Dijak.
Yep, I forgot Dijak. Yep.
Kaz.
Which is Dominic Dijakovic?
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
We mentioned Seth Rollins wrestling as Tyler Black. Both the Young Bucks, of course. Can't.
So Xavier Woods was there.
Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen was there. Yeah. So to pretend that there's not a history of that being
El Generico, who's nowhere now, but you know.
Well, just a temporary retirement.
Chris Hero, aka Cassius Ohno.
Where's Cassius Ohno right now?
Oh no!
I think he's just taking a break right now.
Wasn't he part of Speaking Out?
I don't believe so. He lasted in WWE for a lot longer, but I just think he basically said after he got let go that he was just going to take a break from wrestling for a while.
I think right now, I think right now there's enough free wrestlers that I'm not joking. I think if TK even remotely is in talks with ROH for their library, what a great developmental contract to get. Just have the equipment there, keep the studio agreement, everything. Hell, have it on at the Ass Cracking Midnight like it's been.
Yeah. Hell,
if it's being run by him, it's gonna be better.
Yeah, even if it's not run by him, let's
take a twist on this. That's way too much. Let's take a twist on
this and say, TK comes in and says, "Here's the deal. I know you guys are hemorrhaging money and not sure how to keep Ring of Honor going and all that stuff. So I will give you a huge cash infusion by buying the tape library off of you, right? This huge amount of money. Boom. Here's all your money, right? But part of the agreement of this is I get your tape library, but we also have a working arrangement where you are effectively the minor leagues for us, right?
Your people don't leave contracts without me getting a chance at them first.
Yep. Instead of being a TK owns it, it'd be a TK's an investor in it, and they have a working relationship. So kind of a revolving door, even where you say, "Listen, I'll let some of my people come down to you. You let some of your people come up to me every once in a while." Because ECW had that with WWE for a while. New Japan had it with WCW for a long time, even though they weren't owned by the same. They had that. And to be perfectly honest, there's a long time before WWE's purchase of FCW and turning it into NXT that their feeder systems were not owned directly by WWE either.
Nope, it was a contractual agreement.
Yep.
OVW, FCW. Well, FCW was them, I think. No, not even. OVW, FCW.
Yeah, FCW wasn't them until they came in and then bought it and then turned it into NXT. So,
and you get the advantage, kind of like a shark, you get the advantage of the fastest growing company being involved with you. You get the advantage of, hey guys, talk to my writers a little bit. Hey guys, you need some help with that negotiation with Velocity Television? Or, hey guys, you want to know how to do an internet-based television show? Dark gets 300,000 views a week.
Yeah. Hey, you get the advantage of being able to say, look at all the former Ring of Honor stars who are now on AEW. Right? Look at that.
Who have freedom in their contracts and get paid really well. And then you let Impact still be the number 3 team.
Did you
That's
know
just my
Jerry
thought
Lynn's
process.
first name is Jeremy? Sorry.
Anyway,
Is that big of a shocker? Is that
Well, the real shocker is his last name is really Lynn. So he's really Jeremy Lynn, and he said, I'm gonna go by Jerry. That's gonna be my stage name.
it does have a better ring to it.
only because we know him as Jerry Lynn.
Well,
Do you know what has
Lynn,
a better ring
so-
than Jeremy Lynn? Almost fucking anything.
God, I was going to name my son that.
Well, see,
Thanks.
aren't you glad I talked you out of it?
Jeremy Lynn Fabe.
Say that 3 times fast.
Louis Martinez, also known as Punishment Martinez.
The other
which
thing is,
still a better fucking name than damn.
Jeremy Lynn.
so anyway, that's what I do. Because I feel like it's right around the corner. I think we need a feeder system for AEW. I really do. And I think it can be done. I think NXT was on the right path of being a third product that can be a feeder. AEW style works great with that style of wrestler.
Yep.
And then you
They
know
mesh
that you're
really
going to corner the market on good wrestling. I mean, on pro wrestling instead of sports entertainment.
It's just so messed up how Vince had an ROH style within NXT with
Yes, he
everything
did.
that he had. And
And ROH isn't just known for little guys. Like,
no,
again, I say Claudio Castagnoli. That just so everybody knows, that's Cesaro.
which I imagine is his real name.
Claudio Castagnoli is his real name. Yes.
Yeah. So that would be
That's
kind of
how
cool,
I
though.
put it. That's how I
just-
put it to open that door up. I think the hard part with Gargano is immediate. He is a guy who can immediately come in and have a great feud with anybody. And we've already talked about that with your booking. With Kyle O'Reilly, you have to build something to be passionate about. His indie time was good, very, very good. But people don't really know him by his indie time. They know him mostly by his time with
Undisputed Era.
NXT. And really
Yeah,
by his time playing second fiddle.
exactly.
And so you have him. I want to be second fiddle again. Be like, no, I'm just playing. I'm not going to be second fiddle. I'm taking that title off of you, and I'm going to go be, because I'm still a free agent. I'm going to go. TK and I have an agreement. I'm going to go be the top dog at ROH.
Yeah, that's cool. I just really cool. I don't want TK to have any booking with ROH. I like that idea of, listen, I'm gonna buy your library, give you all this money. We get first dibs. We can have a revolving door library.
Shut up. Library.
Library. That's what I said. I don't say library.
You
did too.
100% said library.
Whatever. It's recorded. I'll check after this.
The minute
and-
mark is 45.
45. Perfect.
Just before 46 minutes.
Excellent. Yeah, that would be a fun time. Just don't have Tony Khan anything with the booking, or else this guy is
Well,
just
he would
gonna
be too
be
busy,
half-assed
but-
on everything. Yeah,
But it's a really good opportunity for him to say, hey, this is your chance to shine to one of his guys that he's working on that is helping him.
I do feel like they don't want to sell their library though.
Oh, we know that they don't want to sell their library. But
That's
at the end
the
of the
only
day,
thing.
if they want to exist,
Yeah.
that's their meat.
They don't want to sell it. But here's the deal. I've said this about other companies before. Every company out there is run by a businessman, and a businessman is they always have their price, right? Because that's how you do business. Doesn't matter how much you love your company or you love your library or whatever, right? someone comes to you with a check and it's got the right number of zeros on it, deal, right?
There also
And
has to be a digit other than 0 at the beginning somewhere.
True. TK's got the bankroll to put the right number of zeros on that, right? And because he could instantly then turn it into a streaming service immediately and say, hey, we want to put AEW on your streaming service, but here's what you also get. You also get 20 years of Ring of Honor library as well.
Yeah, straight up. That would be amazing. That could almost be something TK is working up to, man. Like the streaming service for AEW, yes, we've heard about it. He mentioned it's going to be a thing soon. Further mentions will happen. But oh my God, to have all of ROH on there, that is a gold mine.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And you feel like, don't get me wrong, Impact Wrestling wants that library, right? And WWE probably wants that library.
Yeah, their indie shows suck
Yeah.
on the network.
But in the grand scheme of things, right? The person
WWE isn't going to say you can still own your own product, and we'll just you run your own thing.
Yeah,
No,
WWE would buy Ring of Honor.
That shit's mine, and all this is mine too.
Yeah, if it were to happen, WWE would buy Ring of Honor, and then April 1st, there would be a Ring of Honor show, and of the new relaunch of Ring of Honor, and then Vince McMahon would walk out to the center of the ring.
Oh my God.
I
bought Ring of Honor. And you're all fired.
This is going to be NXT
3.0.
Yeah. And then there would be the Ring of Honor invasion angle on
NXT
WWE TV.
Just not. I mean, that might be okay because you would have Seth Rollins and Cesaro and all those guys.
And then there would be the obligatory bring back a bunch of ECW stars, and you would have a Ring of Honor versus ECW versus NXT versus WWE pay-per-view
versus WCW.
WCW. Yeah. These guys who haven't been a part of this company for 20 years, which also means that they are 20 years older.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sid
Goldberg.
Vicious.
Here's Goldberg again.
Brutus Beefcake.
Undertaker comes back out of retirement to be the Mark Calloway or whatever.
Mark Callis.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I see it.
It'd be horrible. It'd be so bad.
It'd be really bad.
Stunning Steve Austin shows up with a really bad long blonde wig.
Oh, man.
Kevin Nash.
He would do it too. He would definitely do it too.
Kevin Nash would come in and immediately tear a quad.
Ric Flair comes out and he's like, I told you I wanted to die in the ring. Woo! Kill me first.
Jesus.
Helicopter.
It's a propeller.
Propeller. Airplane.
Airplane. Can lay on the ground for it to be a helicopter. That's all I'm saying.
You guys are horrible.
Oh, JLB wants to do. What you do?
Well, I mean, I hope it's fine. It might not be, and in that regard, I apologize and I'm sorry. Oh, that is interesting.
Right, this is my show, bitches.
He is the whole effing show, ladies and gentlemen. So we
I
now
didn't
know
go anywhere. I just shut off my camera for a bit because I had to adjust a fan, and I didn't want
you have to adjust. You have to adjust these nuts. That's what you have to do.
I wouldn't shut off the camera for that. You don't know how often I adjust these nuts.
He's been tuning this entire time.
So we know that the new
all this time.
So we know that the new shaman is Mr. Riddle himself, bro, for MSK in NXT 2.0. So I would like you guys to book each person someone different who is going to be going down to NXT 2.0 full time, since Riddle is technically also going to be there all the time too. He's going to be staying with MSK. I guess obviously in a manager type of role, but you can actually choose who you're going to bring down to the new NXT 2.0, whether it be managerial or wrestling related. Bring them down to 2.0. Give me a nice little storyline of how they get there, or what they do when they are there. Oh, Fabe had to adjust these nuts now too.
I just really quickly, I'm off on a tangent to see if they fully actually announced that Matt Riddle is going to be full-time down in NXT or not. Because
no, well, they kind of mentioned it in the vignette. So
because here's the thing is, NXT still records down in Florida. It doesn't tour like.
Did you guys see me jump like a child because my child scared the crap out of me?
No, we missed that.
But
go back and watch. Sorry, move on.
I 100% don't think Riddle is going to be full time on NXT. So this is a side note, if only because he is currently half of the tag champions on Raw, and for him to be on Raw Monday and then fly down to Florida every week for NXT and then fly back out to wherever they're doing their next super show on Wednesday night or whatever. I don't think they're going to be doing that to Riddle, right? So
well,
at most,
anytime MSK is there, at least I feel like anytime you see MSK though, because he even mentioned they mentioned, oh, so this is not just a one-time thing. He's like, no, guys, you're stuck with me forever. So I mean, they're making it sound like Riddle is always going to be there mentoring them.
Yeah, true. So, mentoring, but mentoring doesn't necessarily mean in person live. It can be vignette or vignette backstage.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? It can literally be him recording it backstage at Raw and them just editing it to look like he's talking directly to MSK. But anyways, that's beside the point. I'm just going off on that because I just don't see him making that trip back and forth every week.
Right. Unless Vince gives him the private jet and says, hey, Riddle, I like you a lot. I want you in 2.0. I'll give you my jet. Go to NXT in Florida. Come back. And then go to your next spot. Go to your next house show from there.
I just don't see them doing it.
There's these wonderful little handheld devices that will record video.
Yep. This is how he's going to be doing all of them.
Bro.
Hi, bro. It's the shaman here. I'm going to tell you how to win your next match, bro. Okay, I'm done. Let's go to the Super Show. But so back to your challenge. Ricochet. And they're just going to move Ricochet back down to NXT because they're doing fuck all with him on SmackDown, I think is where he's on officially now. I don't fucking know because they're not doing anything with him. And so let him go back down to NXT full time. Let him be a mentor to the flip-de-doos down there. He would be a lot better of a mentor to
MSK
than Riddle, to be perfectly honest. But that's beside the point. There's still enough young flip-de-doers.
Give me one. Give me who he would mentor. Who do you think would be the best for him?
Who the fuck is this? I don't know half the names of the people in NXT anymore.
That's a valid point.
Give me a second to pull up the roster so I can see. List of current WWE personnel.
Why do they bother making an 8-pack thing of Egos? This don't make sense. Here's a box of 8.
You're gonna eat more than 8 Egos in one sitting?
I eat 4.
Okay, so then there's a 2-serving box. Good job.
Yeah, look at that. It's a 2-pack.
It's a 2-pack.
The better
I don't
question
know.
why did they
Is Ikemen Jiro a high flyer? I don't know if I've ever seen him wrestle. I've just seen him, in the big nets and be crazy.
I feel like I've just seen him in the vignettes too, but I hardly watch NXT 2.0. Fabe would know the answer.
Not with 2.0.
Tiffany. So this girl's debuting, right? She's never debuted before.
She's never been a thing. They ran the vignettes, and then there were they didn't run them for another couple weeks, and there were a lot of people who thought that meant that they'd pulled it because it's a whole rich girl vignette, and then they just fucking started doing it again. So I'm guessing that she's good. They're going forward with the Tiffany thing.
Okay, but she's never actually been there on another name or anything. She's just never been in NXT. We don't know who this person is.
She's a relatively new signee, but wow, they don't even have her
a roster page.
Well, I'm on Wikipedia. They don't have her on the Wikipedia yet.
Oh damn. She fresh.
And clean.
She's fresh and so clean.
It's fresh and so clean.
Yeah, I just don't see their name here at all. Unless she used to go by a different name and they haven't updated the Wikipedia page. So anyways, now I've got two options for Ricochet. One of them is him going down to NXT and not really mentoring a young up-and-comer flip-de-doo, but joining up a partnership with a current flip-de-dooer who's being fuck all used down in NXT anymore, and that's Kushida. Kushida and Ricochet going after the tag titles. I'm there
that
for
would be fun. I am there for that too. That sounds awesome.
But it also would be kind of fun for him to come down and take maybe a young up-and-coming women's wrestler like Cora Jade under his wing and be a mentor towards her.
Yo, her promo is fire.
They're obviously
Loved her promo.
Very high on her. They really think she's the next, and she's good. So I can't argue with it, but
I think I like that. That's different. A male mentor for a woman wrestler. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we haven't seen that on TV.
Well, not mentorship. I mean, because they have the Robert Stone brand, which is a male manager for women, but
right. But like wrestler, not like a business guy that's looking out for your PR and all that, but an actual wrestler. That's kind of cool. That would be, and I think Jade is like perfect for. Yeah, I like that idea.
Tiffany Stratton.
That's her name. Don't wear it out.
There's a new ring name of Jessica. I'm going to butcher that last name, so I'm not even going to try it. Williamsko, something like that. Yeah, she's not even listed on the Wikipedia page at all. So.
Oh, snap.
But yeah, so yeah, here's the deal. November 26th. Wrestle Talk said it. WrestlingAttitude.com in their news. A bunch of them said WWE dropping plans for Tiffany Stratton's rich girl, daddy's little girl gimmick. Obviously not, because at War Games they played the promo again, and it's coming.
Well, I mean, in their defense, it probably was dropped, and then Vince is like, "Hey, that's some good wrestling. I like it. Let's bring it back." Also, on a side note, apparently Vince is not really backstage, or Pritchard is not really backstage either. Still a lot of Triple H's guys, that all of Triple H's people that has been there for the original NXT. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, NXT, the person who's show running it right now is
HBK.
HBK, but he's still doing it based off of the notes that he's told what to do. By.
Right.
So, I was trying to find because I thought I saw one here that said makes her in-ring debut, and then it didn't. As far as I know, Tiffany Stratton, whatever her real name is, has not actually wrestled on TV at all.
Wow.
Um,
So she really knew. Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to find when she was signed. I mean, she was in one of the really recent signees, like Performance Center classes. Let's see. It looks like she showed up on 205 Live.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah. She's probably under a different name, unless
the former fitness model, which no, this was just a few weeks ago.
She was also on an
November
Olympic
21st.
team
When she
too,
appeared.
apparently. So I don't know how legit that is, but she did mention that in her vignette.
I have the answer to how legit that is. That's too legit.
How legit is that?
Too
Is it
legit to quit.
To quit?
Yes. Hey,
Okay.
hey!
Babe, it's your turn.
Legit.
So, Rick,
Too legit to
for you.
quit.
I'm so proud of you for remembering that. Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit.
I don't know who it's by. I want to say LL Cool J, but it's not. It's by some
MC
like
Hammer.
MC Hammer. Yes.
It was his second hit.
Yes. Definitely needs the
Ladies
air
love
quotes.
Cool J.
Cool J was dope. He just made it in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yay for hip hop.
Anyway, moving forward.
Yes, let's go. Book or be gone.
Fight. Steen. Fight.
Oh, so you want him to stay. Okay.
Listen, man. He's there right now. You want to give him something? Give him a takeover faction, a ruling faction that he is the leader of. And what a great faction it could be. He starts taking guys like Braun Breaker under his wing. I don't like the guy, but he's my guy.
I see what you
Almost
did there.
exactly in the same mold as Rushmore. And so you just have him take the Grizzled Young GYV is a great group to put with that group. Grizzled Young Veterans, they're brawler style. You take Braun Breaker as the other champion caliber guy in the group. You can't call it Rushmore, so call it the
Call it takeover.
Call it group takeover. Steen. Owens obviously still, so that would be Kevin Owens.
Yeah, just
Listen,
bring
man,
takeover back.
I'm saddled with making NXT 2.0 work, and I get one guy to bring down to do it. And you're saying, oh, so you're going to make him stay there? Yeah, I'm going to take the one dude who can make that work.
Even though they're trying to kill the old brand.
Yeah, he can make big dudes work.
Right.
He can teach these guys how to cut promos like Cora Jade did. I think you call him the G7. Great 7. Like it's the summit of all these great nations or whatever. But it's great wrestlers. So
the Summit 7. The Summit 7. Sorry.
Whatever. You got Grizzled Young Veterans. You got Kevin Owens. You got Braun Breaker. They pick up a couple other. They grab what's her name? Women's champion. What the fuck is her name? Not Dakota Kai, the other one.
What's it mean? Mandy freaking
right,
Rose. How dare you forget her?
Oh yeah, just take the whole group. Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction. That'd be great.
Oh, she's so good, by the way, in NXT. Holy hell.
She's carrying the brand.
She's carrying the brand.
Sparks, you sound great.
Yep, you sound beautiful.
You're welcome.
Almost better you without your vocal cords.
Yeah. What it really shows is that when she was on the main roster, Vince McMahon was all like, she needs to be the bombshell. And that just hampered her. She doesn't need to be the bombshell.
Bitch.
Yeah,
fantastic as a bitch. I'm not calling her a bitch because she's female. I'm calling her a bitch because she's an evil, wicked human being right now.
You're an evil, wicked human being.
Yeah. So does that make him a bitch, Smarks?
So that's where I go. And I like the idea of having Ricochet there. In fact, he can be the good guy that's trying to help the flip-de-doo people do well. And Kevin Owens is like, no, we're just going to beat the fuck out of you guys. That's it.
They're just going to wreck everything and be gone.
Yeah, they can be the Lesners.
Owens versus Ricochet at the next non-takeover pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
They'd end it with having Von Wagner come in and beat them both up. And yeah, I'm Von Wagner.
That's kind of fun to watch. Holy cow. Sorry. Anyway, so that's what I do.
I like it. Better than freaking Riddle there. I mean, Riddle as a shaman made sense because I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Dude, I hear you guys smoked the reefer.
Well, wasn't that what was in the bag?
I'm sure it was.
When they're opening the bag?
That's what they're implying.
Well, and their whole Impact gimmick as the Rascals, they came out to the sound of a bong hit. That was the beginning of their entrance music in Impact as the Rascals. So it makes sense.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah. It does make 100% sense. I just don't think they're going to have Riddle be running back and forth on the regular. I just don't think they are. So the other option is they have RK Bro lose the titles, and then Randy Orton goes back off on his own, and then Riddle goes back down to NXT. That's the other option that they have.
Which can very well happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have this tag.
You got to play this RKO out until RK
Bro
I'm tired of it.
Printing fucking money right now.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, I don't get this like 4-man tag tournament. But...
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, the simple fact is,
strong words.
Right now with RK Bro, they could start selling gold sports jackets right now on the shop, and people would be buying them.
Wigs.
Yeah. Gold suit jackets that they wore for one episode this week would be flying off the shelves, and then fake mustache and fake beard flying off the shelf.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, I don't like the fact that he called Riddle. One of the commentators called Riddle Michael Como, or whatever his name is, Como, and I'm like, really, you want to be relevant and call him Chris Como kind of thing? Like, I was like, come on, bro. Like,
it doesn't even. And then I was the Comos aren't in trouble over pot shit. They're in trouble over being
but that's what I was thinking, though. I was thinking he was referring to when he cheated on his wife, and he was and Riddle was called out on it, kind of thing. And I was like, oh no, they can't be doing that though. So it was very kind of weird. I was very like, why even bring it up if you're not going to be that much of a dick about it? Because I don't think he would say that live.
Yeah, if you're going to be a dick, especially using pop culture to do it, you got to make sure that your entire audience knows what the fuck you're talking about, or can at least search for it.
Well, I mean, they can technically with that.
They can search for it, and they're going to get, oh yeah, his brother's a creepy perv who grabs butts, and so he tried to cover up for it.
Well, yeah, but Chris Como
and may also
Chris Como also has
may have also been a creepy perv who grabbed butts.
No, but I mean for Riddle's situation with his wife when
I understand.
Someone
that.
called him out on that.
But
I
my
understand
point
that. You have to
is
get
that's
that
not going to put the
specific about it.
two and two together. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Is
Okay.
you search for Chris Cuomo and you're going to find this, but there's nothing that links it to Riddle right
Wait.
now.
Riddle.
That's fair.
Riddle grabs butts. What?
Yeah.
Oh, his brother grabs butts and he tries to cover up for it. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
might
know.
also
I didn't know
grab
Riddle
butts?
had a brother.
Oh, this is weird.
Was Riddle's brother mayor of New York City?
Oh.
Bro.
So anyway,
During my
Riddle-
sessions, I was, bro.
Is Riddle's last name Cuomo? Is Riddle one of the members of Weezer?
Did Riddle ever work for
Oh my God.
CNN?
did you smoke some pot to go through this stream?
It's Rivers Cuomo.
Anyway, so you guys gave me good challenges, and I was going to give you the Christmas challenge.
Ha ha! Nah, you don't want to follow up
mean.
those good challenges with
No, that's why I was holding it. I was like, I'm not going to be mean if they're not mean, if they give us good stuff. A couple weeks ago, I think Smarks and I kind of did this a little bit. Of course, somebody wasn't here because the end of the dad is on Tuesdays. We talked a little bit about winter's coming.
God damn it! I had fucking milk in my mouth.
And now it's in
I
your
almost
nose.
spat it out. Now it's in my nose. God damn. Oh.
At
Hey,
least you're not
I got a
on-
hint. Don't do that.
Yeah. So we've talked about winter is coming. Obviously, last year, the only exposure we have to winter is coming is it's Sting!
Right.
I assumed that winter is coming when I challenged Smarks to this was who's showing up. And he said, everybody thinks it's going to be Bray Wyatt, whatever you want to call him. But I've decided it will be because it's a fantasy booking, and you said who?
I believe I said Gargano
I think you did. So you said Johnny Gargano.
is looking like a
Potentially.
big possibility.
Possibly,
Yeah.
yes. And rather than that, I just want you to book what winter is coming is going to be. It doesn't have to be a surprise. It can be a surprise, but it doesn't have to be. Just book winter is coming. What is it? What happens? We don't.
Where is
know
winter is
anything.
coming?
That's a good one.
Because Long Island is tomorrow. I guess you guys already are checking. Thank you.
Yeah, winter is coming. 2021. It is.
Looks like Garland, Texas.
There you go.
Yeah, in Texas. All right.
Important
Last
to
year was
note,
on December 2nd.
it's December 15th and 17th. They're doing both Wednesday and Friday there.
Okay.
And the promos they have are
Dun dun dun. So,
The big match for it already announced is going to be Hangman Page versus Bryan Danielson.
that's fire.
And then the semifinals match for the women's tournament, I believe the TBS tournament is supposed to be there on one of those nights. And then
the
there's going to be
Dynamite
the
Battle.
Dynamite Diamond Ring battle. Isn't it this week they're doing the
Qualifiers.
qualifying battle royal or whatever it is?
Yeah, Diamond.
And then the winners go on to a match on that. And then it looks like Britt Baker versus Riho has also been announced for.
Oh, snap.
So you don't have to like go into depth in each of the matches. Just give me an idea how the matches run down. Does MJF get his third Dynamite Diamond? Is there a surprise? Who's the surprise? Does Bryan Danielson beat Hangman Page? Is there schmoz involved in that? All of those types of things. Just ruin the surprise for me. Fucking spoilers because you're the one booking it.
JLB?
Okay, so I would also like to add to a matchup for Winter is Coming. I would love to
Fantasy
see.
booking, brother. You can do it however you want.
That's it. So I would love, and I think both of the, well, I know one of these wrestlers could certainly do it, but we randomly have Texas bull rope match kind of thing where they're strapped together between Sting and Dustin Rhodes. So we bring Dustin Rhodes back because I don't know where the hell Dustin Rhodes has been for the hottest minute.
God, I was all about it, and then you do that. Okay, go on.
No, but I think, dude, the last time we saw a bull rope match was like fire, and like and the last time I think they did it was in Texas, which is why I'm bringing it back. And having it with Sting could do that. It's not so many maneuvers. It's an homage to back in the WCW days, although I don't think they've ever fought, but with his father and so on. So that I think would be fun. And just a Texas theme, so that would work. In terms of who wins, I feel like this is Wardlow's time to shine for the diamond. Wardlow is going to end up screwing MJF. I don't even know if he's in the match or not. I don't know if they've even announced all the participants.
They haven't announced, but they did heavily imply when MJF was giving his promo about it that the entire Pinnacle was going to be in it, and they were going to team up so that the finals was going to be MJF and one of his lackeys, therefore making it super easy for MJF to re-win. So that plays into your theory there.
Snap. And I didn't even know that. And I think they've been building on that for so long. It's about time you finally do it. Wardlow does that. CM Punk comes out, kind of starts laughing. So you kind of have that being built. Hangman versus Bryan. Whew. I think you have to have Hangman win. Daniel Bryan's a heel. He's been kicking people's heads in.
So is Bryan Danielson.
I meant Bryan Danielson. Right? You have Hangman win because Bryan's been winning by kicking people's heads in, just to show how strong Hangman still is. I don't think you're going to get something on Dynamite, but I feel like you will get a surprise on Rampage. I think because last time Sting was the surprise, that was on Dynamite because Rampage wasn't even a thing yet.
Correct.
We've only seen one surprise, I guess. One surprise, whether it be a pay-per-view or it's on Rampage. There hasn't really necessarily been a surprise on Dynamite since then. So I feel like TK is doing surprises on Rampage or special paper or pay-per-views. I think that's what he's going for. I don't think you're going to see Gargano just yet. I think but I don't even know if, I guess Kyle O'Reilly is a big surprise, but I feel like he would be kind of like how when Bobby Fish came in. You know what I mean? It was cool, but it wasn't Sting. You're not going to see Bray Wyatt anytime soon. He's still working on his movie thing, and I feel like he's not going to come until like next pay-per-view if he does. There's so many released wrestlers. I don't know how you top Sting, though, with that.
You cannot constantly try to top everything. Here's the deal. This is just a side note. If you try to constantly top what you did before, you get Hell in a Cell matches as they are today. People are constantly going to the cell.
Well, I mean, not top, but as
It's the law of
shocking.
diminishing returns.
Yeah,
If you're
maybe not
constantly
So
top.
trying
it
to
is
do
okay for it to be Kyle O'Reilly. It is okay for it to be Johnny Gargano. The really important part is that it has to stay as secret as Sting did.
Oh yeah, and no one knew at all. It was perfectly well executed.
Yes.
I think that was the last time I was shocked by something happening when Sting came out. I was like, "What?" Like I literally jumped like I was 10 years old again, and was like, "Oh my god, it's Sting!" You know what I mean? I was
No.
pulling a Shivani myself.
No, you were. Oh my God, it's Sting.
Yeah, well, I didn't overemphasize. I just
The-
said it in a natural, excited way. Oh my god, it's Sting! You know, like
You can't say it that way. It's against the rules.
it's against it. Fair enough.
The last time I was shocked was Adam Cole.
And then Brian
Brian
Danielson.
Danielson. But I kind of
I
knew
mean,
Brian
same night.
Danielson.
It's the fact that it was the same night that
Yeah.
made that shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But in terms of not knowing anything, we heard nothing about Sting. We didn't know Adam Cole was going there, but we knew Adam Cole wasn't re-signing.
I'm gonna take
WWE.
issue with you saying we knew nothing about Sting. There were rumors about Sting to AEW for months prior
Yeah.
to that. In
Really?
fact, so much so because he
We didn't
told
know
his
for sure that he was going to that he'd be showing up because it'd been for a
Yeah,
while.
that
we've
was the
been
deal.
like-
It had been for so long.
we
that
didn't
I think
know what
why it
Leonard's
was
coming
shocking-
was.
I think part of why it was shocking is we'd given up on it because he'd let his Legends contract expire. There was a very big deal about how WWE had to cancel his He-Man figure because he was no longer going to be under contract.
Right.
He-Man.
All of this stuff came out, and so it was literally like 6 months. We were like, they were saying, "Oh, Sting's going to show up in AEW," and then he didn't, and that's why it was shocking. Is because even a diehard Sting fan like myself had basically given up. Like I basically got to the point I was like, "Yeah, it's not going to happen."
I
It's
don't
not gonna
remember us really thinking that it was gonna happen though. Like maybe
I
that
can-
first Hall of Fame. I'm gonna double check too. Like
I'm gonna
just give me,
guarantee
when that
you-
happened.
I'm going to
And-
guarantee you go back in our podcast about 5 months prior to when Winter's Coming happens. You'll hear me talking about, reports have it that Sting's going to be in AEW soon, and it could be this week because this week is a special event and it's going to be in blah 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 location or whatever. This
Venice
week is
Beach, California.
this week is going to be a potential. This week is the anniversary of Sting doing whatever, you know, and so this would make a really good time for him debut. Oh, you've got broken Matt Hardy, and so who would be better for that than Sting? Who would be better to show up in the Hardy compound at the broken match? In fact, I guarantee you, I said on this podcast that I thought he was going to show up in the Hardy compound. And then he didn't.
Oh, I think you might be right there. Yeah, I
And
think.
so the fact that it took so long to actually happen is what made it surprising,
They
shocking.
just go, "Where's Sting?"
Oh my God, where's Sting? Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm excited for yours, Officer Smarks.
So who do you have showing up? You
I
said
don't
there will be a
know.
surprise.
There will be
Make
a
something up.
surprise.
What's Strawn Broman doing?
No, I know. I was thinking of Braun. There's so many wrestlers who were released who haven't been picked up. It's so hard to keep count. Yeah, I feel like maybe you bring in. I feel like they might maybe bring in possibly maybe then Braun Strowman, and that's MJF's new guy. So you'll have like a Braun Strowman versus Wardlow.
Ooh, kind of a. I knew this was coming. That's why I also knew winter was coming. That's cheesy as fuck.
I know, but
bitches.
I still kind of want to see it though. I still think that might be no.
I'm
Braun could go.
I'm just not in love with it. I don't think Braun belongs there. Smarks
Get him for cheap enough. I hope TK could convince him to go for cheap enough because I don't know if he's worth $1 million contract like he wanted or had in WWE. So if TK could get him for like 100,000, then yeah.
I don't think he fits in AEW.
Against people like Wardlow, heck, this is your chance for Brian Cage to do something on TV.
He would make both Wardlow and Brian Cage look small. And they've both been built up to be big guys. And then suddenly Braun Strowman comes in and makes them look tiny. It ruins them both.
Fine. Well, that's my cheesy take. What do you got, Officer Smarks?
So my take is going to be a lot simpler because I like I say, the only way you top something like Sting or even come close to it is quantity and quality, right? So this is where you throw the book in it, right? This is where you have Johnny Gargano show up. And immediately, I would put him pretty much immediately into challenging for the TNT title because Johnny Gargano versus
Guevara
would be fire. And then you could have it be that House of Black costs him the match or Andrade costs him the match, which then would set up matches with Andrade or Malachi Black, which again
also
were fire. I mean, here's the deal: is in the end, when you have a recipe that works, you don't fuck with it too much. Yes, TK is going to know that there's going to be the WWE marks who immediately come in and say, "See, TK's just taking leftover WWE storylines and doing them and all this stuff." And I don't care. I will watch Andrade versus Johnny Gargano
anywhere,
right?
Yeah.
I will watch Andrade and
on a Triller pay-per-view. Give Triller as a pay-per-view coming up, and he puts it on Triller. Like by all means,
yep. I will do it. I will watch Johnny Gargano versus Malachi Black. Give it to me, right? But then you one up it with Kyle O'Reilly showing up later on, not in the same segment, right? You let the pop die down a bit. Everyone's all like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he showed up already." And then you have a match where it's Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus somebody.
No, Luchasaurus and Thing. They need a third man. Hey, we got our third man. Boom. Kyle O'Reilly comes in.
Nope. You have the Young Bucks.
No.
You have Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, the Elite, the Super Click in a match versus it can be the Jurassic Express. Include Marco Stunt in there. That's fine, right? And they can be going along.
Christian Cage is
good too. It doesn't matter. In the end, it almost doesn't matter who they're wrestling. The match goes on. The Super Click uses their tactics to get the upper hand. Everything looks like it's going fine. And then out comes Bobby Fish standing at the ringside. Looks like he's cheering on his friends. And Super Click gets the upper hand. They look like they're going to win. And then all of a sudden, Bobby Fish gets up on the ring on apron on one side. And someone comes out of the crowd. And it's Kyle O'Reilly on the other side.
Red
Dragon comes in. And you think, oh, is this the Super Click getting bigger? And then a high-low on Matt Jackson. And you're like, what's going on? And Adam Cole standing there looking like, what? And then he super kicks Nick Jackson.
Nice.
And then two sweets with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and we instantly have new biggest heels in AEW. Boom.
And that is simply
right there.
undisputed.
Yes. And
Which they can't
are
say.
They can
they
say
are
it's
the-
undisputed. They just
Yeah,
can't
they
call
can say it's
themselves the undisputed era.
Yeah, they get maybe like the undisputed generation.
Undisputed excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Undisputed century.
But so, because instantly then, here's the deal. That sets up a feud for when Kenny Omega does finally come back from his injury. Because now you can have Adam Cole running the show, top heel stable, the Young Bucks not knowing what they can do anymore, right? They were running the show when Kenny Omega was there. Kenny Omega left and they were running it with Adam Cole, and then suddenly you have them flounder for a bit and be at the bottom of the tag team rankings. You know, they don't know what to do. And then Kenny Omega comes back and reforms the Elite. You could even tell a wonderful story with Cody Rhodes patching up, mending fences with the Elite, and the Elite coming back together. Tell a story with Hangman Page, them trying to make amends with Hangman Page to put the full Elite back together the way we were.
Which opens that window for eventually Kevin Steen to join UE or Rushmore or whatever.
Or the Super Clicks, yeah.
Yep. So there's all sorts of stuff there out of that. So that's the other thing that I want to have happen with it.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Said the elephant.
Yeah. But so you have that right there.
I wanted to say said the elephant again. Oh, and the elephant still speaks.
But we away.
Do I got butters?
No,
no, you're good.
No, you got them all on Sunday night.
No, I didn't. They're still there.
They're still there.
No.
But so those are my big surprises, right?
Should have 3 dudes come out, or 2.
Yeah, 2 dudes come out. But forming a new super heel team, right off the bat, instant heat there.
Undisputed winter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if WWE has kept the trademark on the Outsiders.
Probably.
You'd think they would have, but at the same point, if they're not actively using it, I could totally see WWE being like, man, we don't have any product with it. We're not using it right now.
Are they in the Hall of Fame?
As the NWO, but not as the Outsiders.
WBU.
Merch link in doobly doos.
Where the jiggle.
Sorry, I just needed to
Gets
see it for a
jiggly.
second.
Jesus.
Now you can see my. Oh shit!
Tommy!
Truffle shuffle. Truffle shuffle.
Do the truffle shuffle.
Anyways,
I'm
trying to think. It would be nice to have a third surprise debut. This one would be on the Rampage episode, though.
Okay.
They have their big Britt Baker versus Riho match. Riho finally getting another shot at the world title, women's title. Britt Baker's not going to lose it. I'm going to spoil that here. They're not going to have Britt Baker lose it right now, not to Riho at least. But after the match, it goes dark. And then you hear some music play. It's not music you've ever heard before. But it's vaguely Pirates of the Caribbean-ish.
It's Gary Zane.
Yeah, buddy.
Unfortunately, she is not released from her WWE contract yet.
Yeah, she's like WWE
She's a
Japan.
liaison to Japan.
Have you not seen the news? She
What?
removed WWE from all of her social media
Oh,
just the other day.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
That is awesome. I would love that.
Now here's where I'm gonna spoil it for myself. Most likely she dropped out from WWE. She ended her ambassadorship with WWE so that she could go back to Shimmer. Because she wanted to do.
Sorry, that's all I got.
She wanted to wrestle in some not Shimmer, Stardom. She wanted to wrestle in some Stardom shows middle of the year, and WWE wouldn't let her because of her contract. And so most likely she let it in so that she could go and do Stardom shows. But I'm gonna pretend like she let it go so that she could fly to the States. I mean, I'm gonna point out that
Stardom is in Japan.
Stardom is in Japan. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna point out that right now, when she removed it, isn't quite 14 days prior to Winter is Coming, but it was more than a week prior to Winter is Coming. So like 10 days, which means she could be in the middle of a 14-day quarantine on a trip over from Japan. And seeing as Hikaru Shida is actually headed over to Japan right now to wrestle in
Pole
Japan
dance
and maybe pole dance.
Lovely video. And Tay Conti wants to also learn how to, which I'm also down for.
Yeah, no complaints here. Heck,
It's a good form of fitness, fellas.
It's a great.
That's
form of
what
fitness.
I mean. It looked
Watching
amazing.
that gets me all sweaty.
If Sammy Guevara wants to learn it for a bit, man, it'll make him even more flippy dooey.
That's valid.
Gets a lot of.
And I would also get sweaty watching Sammy Guevara do that.
He would also be a well-oiled machine.
I mean, unless he sticks out his tongue. If he sticks out his tongue, I'm over. Like, done, bro. No, Jesus.
Are you
not
kidding?
used
That's
to
just a
guys-
target.
You put your tongue back in your mouth. But yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Definitely very more artistic. And she even used different camera angles. Craziness. But she's going to Japan to wrestle where though? You don't know?
It's whatever the Tokyo Joshi
Diva Bang.
Pro, whatever she was in over there. I'm trying to remember.
I think we should call. I think we should call Da Fabe Hornswoggle because I think he just got freaking horny.
Need some sparklers, man.
Japan
My butt hurts
Makai.
from sitting so long. I'm gonna get a lifting desk. I think Smarts.
Get you a standing desk.
Yeah.
I've been way more comfortable doing this standing up since I did it.
Oh my gosh, my butt doesn't hurt anymore.
Makai Genesis reboot show on February 4th, where she's going to be back in her old Princess Tsuru character. And that's why she's headed back.
Why would she be a character?
Soon,
She's a wrestler.
so that she can. This Makai Genesis is a pretty heavily
character based.
So
wait,
yes,
you're telling me this is fake?
But it's a reboot for it. It's restarting thing. No, just that wrestling.
Oh, okay.
But that's February. That's
yeah.
You're
but
saying she's going now though.
She's now because she did back in January. One of her goals was to help restart that promotion.
Oh, okay.
So she's
okay.
going over. That promotion hasn't doing. She's going back over there to restart it, and so the show is February 4th, but she's taking the whole time to
produce
I mean,
it. Whatever.
She's going to be
help
one
out.
of the one of the powerhouses behind it.
Fair.
So you
Nice.
have Kairi Sane come over here and fulfill their Joshi quota for a while. And come on, who wouldn't want to see Kairi Sane in AEW?
Dude, I miss
wanna
her.
see
It's
Kairi
been a
Sane
hot
in
minute.
AEW.
I mean, I would love to say Asuka, but I don't think her contract is done, and she is injured. So,
Who's better than Asuka?
but no one would have been ready for Asuka.
Nobody's
in AEW.
better than Asuka. Boy, that's Canyon.
It is Canyon indeed. Nice. I like it. You got 3 surprises, but you got them in quantity, and thus creates great quality for it to be a Sting moment. I like it.
Exactly. Quantity and quality. So,
All right, so you guys fantasy booked it now. Any predictions on who it actually is?
I'm still leaning towards Gargano.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm thinking Gargano.
I'm still leaning towards Bray Windham.
I think that the news has come out that Bray's doing a movie, and I think he's going to take time off to do the movie, and then maybe come back afterwards. But
I just don't see Bray good in, honestly, unless we get Matthews. I don't know how Matthews did on his show there that he was promoted for. I think that was in November. And then I think he was supposed to, was that where he was supposed to face Black?
yeah,
Did that happen yet?
I believe so. Here,
I saw nothing with that though. There was no like cam footage or anything. But I would love to see Matthews.
I saw pictures
in
from
AEW.
it. I saw a couple pictures of them standing across the mat from each other.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
know who it is.
Malachi Black.
Is Karrion Kross available?
No, because he would have the full 90-day.
Oh shit.
So, Buddy Matthews lost to Malachi Black at WrestleCade in just about a week ago.
Oh, it was a week ago.
27th.
Okay.
Yep.
Snap. Yeah, I mean, if anything, it could easily be Buddy Matthews, which I would be down for, and that's all you need to give me because I feel like the hardcore fans would flip.
One, it's important to note that match was for a small promo, and before that, he worked for Pele Pro, and before that, he worked for PWM. And before that, he did a one-off match for New Japan at the Battle of the Valley pay-per-view. Before that, it was a one-off for AWE. And so he obviously has not signed an actual contract with any place. He's wrestling all around. So it could be Buddy Matthews is he'd be a hell of a get. I've wanted him too. So
Kushida.
Kushida would be
not Kushida.
Kazuchika Okada.
Okada. Yeah.
That would be a big thing. He was here in November for that New Japan match. And in fact, he's the one who wrestled Buddy Matthews. 16 minutes. Kazuchika Okada won. So there's a chance he's still. I don't know if he went back to Japan or not, but
Ospreay would also be gold.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I was gonna say Ospreay has a chance here too. Ospreay was supposed to appear in MLW. MLW had announced kind of a partnership with New Japan, and it apparently wasn't like really written in stone. There's supposed to be Will Ospreay coming in, and news came out this week that he's been pulled from that because New Japan has found out that MLW was entering into a partnership with All Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, dirty.
and they're like, fuck that. We're not going to send you one of our guys for you to then suddenly partner with our sworn enemies.
Right. That's ridiculous.
So Will Ospreay could very easily be looking for an opponent in the States.
And what a really cool way to say, hey, we're partnered with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Who's partnered with AEW? New Japan? Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they are, right? That's official, or
I don't know if there's anything official, but the Forbidden
they
Door,
kind of
they've allowed enough of their wrestlers to come over to AEW. I mean, they did the whole thing with Best Friends being invited into Chaos, even though, you know, the Best Friends themselves, Trent and Chucky T, were already in Chaos.
right.
I already have the towel. But so there's a lot of potential goods. I think Braun does not fit in AEW.
I think Braun gets a backlash.
Yeah, I think that's the one signing out of the WWE releases recently that could get literally go away heat in AEW. It's the one that proves the WWE fanboys
right.
when they say they just sign any WWE wrestler. But on top of it, I just don't think he fits. I just don't think he fits.
I think if it's great in Impact.
Yeah, he'd be great. I mean, he shows up immediately and challenges W. Morrissey or Moose. Boom. Money.
Yeah, that's about the point.
But I just don't think.
Or joins W. Morrissey and Moose.
Yeah.
And now you're going, what? No, we're all going to die. We're all going to die.
Yeah, well, no one else is getting that. We might as well create a new mid-card title because they're just going to pass it between those three guys.
Jesus, that would be a crazy team.
Well, I mean, Morrissey and Moose are already kind of working together.
Mm-hmm.
Are they?
Uh-huh.
That would actually be a really fun storyline to have. Three guys on a team together. One of them is the current world champion. You have the promoter come out and pull the old, you haven't defended the belt in X number of days. If you don't defend it, we're going to strip you of the title. And he says, okay, fine. I'm going to defend it against him. And then they, effectively, I'm not saying they do a finger poke of doom.
Finger pinky of doom.
But they do a not really competitive match.
Yeah. And
then one of them
have a
wins.
Gentleman's agreement. I will lose to you every 6 months.
Yep. You can be the champion now. And then the belt stays within the group, and then a little bit later, the promoter comes in and says, you know the rules. You have to defend it. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll defend it against him. And now it's Titan versus W. Morrissey. And now W. Morrissey is the champ. And anytime someone else tries to come up and challenge, they're like, well, okay, I'll let you challenge for the belt if you can beat both of these guys first.
That would be a pretty interesting storyline.
So then, like, Rich Swann has to face W. Morrissey, and maybe he gets a victory over W. Morrissey, but then immediately they're like, now it's your turn to face me. And it's to go against Titan.
Yeah, same night.
Oh my God.
You can even have him get the win, and then Moose just comes out and is like, all right.
And now you've got your match. Title shot. Are you kidding me? Yep. Come at me. Ring the bell.
Spear's done.
Yep.
It's like Brock Lesnar times 3. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Well,
we would ride that way for 2 years probably. It'd get really old really fast.
It could get really old really fast. At some point, you then have
to
tell
I mean,
the story.
so did Goldberg.
Yeah. But at some point, then you have to tell the story of one of the members of that group deciding he doesn't want to share anymore.
Yeah.
And then the other members have to turn on him and say, you're not holding up your end of the deal anymore. And then the group falls apart, and then you move on to some other story. Yeah. Speaking of moving on, though, we will move on to our game, the new game that we've been playing, because Ring of Honor fell apart and we don't like playing the other game.
They'll be back.
As a feeder system.
To Tony
Kyle
Khan.
O'Reilly.
Yep, we already talked about it.
Mhm.
It's a done deal.
Set in stone.
So this game, pick or pass. We start off with 2 people. I go one direction around the ring, and
I
they have
always
to
knew
pick
you were into
one.
boy bands.
One direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it is, 98 degrees outside. It's not.
Oh.
It's like
I always knew you loved those back streets, boy.
Would you two get in sync and let's just do this game?
and so then they have to pick one and pass the other one on and then add one to it. And we go until we decide it's not fun anymore. Or it's devolved to the point that it's
everything boils down to Natalia.
Yep. So I'm gonna start with we'll start with the 2 guys who got the shaft tonight on NXT. So Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly. And we are gonna go start to my left to DA Fabe first.
I don't even know what direction you're facing. To your left may actually be Montreal.
I'm pointing to my left.
Oh, okay.
And if you look on the screen, who am I pointing at?
Oh, that's me.
To my left. Johnny Gargano or Kyle O'Reilly, pick or pass.
Johnny Gargano. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. Or
Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly or Sammy Guevara.
Ooh. Sammy Guevara. Kyle O'Reilly or Ricochet.
Kyle O'Reilly is not a devolution, guys. I mean, he's really great.
No, but we're putting him against really great guys too.
I'm still taking Ricochet. Moments after defending Kyle O'Reilly. So I'm going to go with Kyle O'Reilly or Tommaso Ciampa.
Damn, Tommaso Ciampa.
Maybe.
If you'd have been going the other direction, I would have taken Kyle O'Reilly. But there's a very simple reason for it, and that's injuries. Tommaso Ciampa has had a lot of
36 years old and
major neck surgeries, and
yep.
But anyways, Kyle O'Reilly.
I take him with injuries. Kyle O'Reilly. Or Chris Jericho.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially if we're talking in ring right now, Kyle O'Reilly. So, Chris Jericho or Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
I think Jericho is going to be the denominator here.
No. Yeah. Chris Jericho or MJF.
MJF. Chris Jericho.
To be your best friend and go on a 10-hour road trip with you chose MJF. I'm sorry.
Dude, that would be a good time. All the roasting, I am down. Let's do it.
He would roast you.
Yeah, I'm down for it though. I could take a roast.
Not for 10 hours on a road trip, you could.
Let's film it. Let's make it happen. We'll make some cameos in the meantime. MJF will give me $100 of those cameos, and we'd be good.
hour 2 into that, you'd have to pull over the road trip because you'd be crying.
Well, we'll never know unless we make this happen. Guys, let's make this happen. Tweet at MJF something. And let's make it happen. Road trip with JLB and MJF. So I picked MJF. So Chris Jericho or Randy Orton?
Jericho.
Mm.
See,
Mm.
not the bottom. Now, Randy Orton's a good choice, and I'm not arguing.
I know. That's why I kind of tried to make it
but
fairish.
in this case, I go with Jericho. So Randy Orton or Batista.
Give me what I want.
Today,
We'll put both of them in whatever you consider their primes.
Batista is prime. Randy Orton or second run HBK.
Second run HBK was him facing Triple H at SummerSlam.
After he had recovered from his broken back.
Okay.
Yes, that would be when he won the title in Elimination Chamber, not HBK DX. Winning the title or losing the title to Stone Cold and introducing the Attitude Era.
No, for sure.
After that, after his back injury and coming back.
HBK or who? Randy Orton?
Randy Orton.
HBK.
Second run, really?
Yeah, he was still good, bro. Did you not remember his Ric Flair HBK match? Did you not remember HBK?
It was a retirement match, man. Those are emotional filled. That wasn't a good match.
It was a good match. What are you talking about? It had everything, but also that SummerSlam match that Triple H and HBK had too was pretty fire.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
job.
fine.
Good
Really?
job.
The second run HBK that you didn't like? God damn.
First one was incredible. You know, the one where he fucked over Bret Hart?
Son of a bitch. I am going to your house right fucking now.
So
I'm gonna
be
choke
prepared.
you
He'll
to
be
death.
here in about 14 hours.
14 hours.
That's if he
Take a
flies.
hot minute.
That's if he flies, yeah.
If I fly.
Of course, he might be put
If I
into a
fly,
temporary
it
quarantine.
won't be 14 hours if I fly.
You have
It's not going to
been
take
through,
14 hours to get to Omaha by plane.
You have not
Yeah.
been through American's TSA yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but from Montreal to Omaha, you're going to have at least a 3-hour layover.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, okay.
And you got to go through customs.
you got to go through customs.
Mhm.
And there's a drive from Omaha. That's a
Oh,
distance
fuck.
that you don't know.
Which I don't even have a car, so I'm going to have to try and public transportation that shit.
Oh, we didn't bring that up. Public
Congratulations on
transportation.
your Uber to
Yeah.
your
There-
5-hour Uber.
Nebraska doesn't know the definition of public transportation.
Oh, no. Poor you guys.
So you're talking
Jesus.
an Uber, right?
Ugh, fuck that. You're not worth it, bud.
Oh,
Hey,
he was worth it for the airplane tickets and TSA, but then the Uber's where you draw the line.
The Ubers are I draw the line. Yep.
Okay.
He
You can
means
always
that
take a
much to
cab
me.
if you'd like.
Mhm.
Nope. No cab, no Uber. You guys have Lyft down there. No Lyft either. Yeah, not doing it.
You could thumb it down the interstate.
Not gonna get murdered in the States. I'm good.
You wouldn't get
Um,
murdered here thumbing it. You'd get sex trafficked.
Yes.
Oh, there.
God damn it, smart.
Who do I have to give
Take
you?
my jokes. You have Randy Orton still.
Right. So Randy Orton. No, that won't work. Randy Orton. Huh. Or Sean Spears.
Randy Orton.
Poor Sean Spears. Okay.
I think Sean Spears is a hell of a talent. The problem is he's never been used properly in a way that makes him.
That chairman gimmick was on its way, and I don't know how AEW fucked it up.
It was on its way, and then the
it
problem. The problem
it wasn't.
I think to be perfectly honest, Sean Spears is part of the problem, and I say it from this standpoint. The chairman gimmick was on its way, but he continues to come out in the dumbest ring attire. Well, second dumbest. Miz has the dumbest. The second dumbest ring attire with a stupid. It's a hood that doesn't have a body to it.
Still on this, huh?
Hangs down like a scarf.
Just let it
Dumbest
go.
thing.
Let it go.
Miz is still the absolute dumbest, though.
Just let it go.
No.
So it's a hoodie, like those paw hoods.
Yes, it's like this, but it doesn't have paws in it.
Yeah.
So it just
Little
hangs out like a
animal
scarf.
ears that you can push, and yeah, those are fun.
Yep. Nope. Doesn't have those.
I
Just hangs out like a
have
scarf.
4 of those.
So
Shit, I just said that live on air, didn't I?
so Sean Spears or Sean Stasiak.
Oh.
Ooh. Sean Spears. Sean Stasiak or Sean O'Haire, both in their prime.
Sean O'Haire.
In a heartbeat. Sean O'Haire was inches away from being the next Batista.
For sure.
He was
For
so
sure.
close.
Ugh.
I mean, literally, he was supposed to be that part, and then
Oh, really? Like legit?
Yeah.
they literally filmed vignettes for it, or vignettes, if you would rather.
Mm.
It was literally going to be Batista, and then they chose Batista instead.
And then last minute, they changed their mind and replaced him with Batista.
But he also was very capable
Mhm.
of being that character.
Yeah. Damn. I really wish I would have been able to see that actually happen.
Yeah.
What happened though? He just got fired?
No. There was,
I don't think he got fired. I just think they changed their mind last minute.
I think.
And
I
he
think.
just hung around.
I think Trips did some selling on that, if I remember right, and Flair did some selling on it. Spears had some time in WCW, or not Spears. O'Haire had some time in WCW, and so they wanted to make it up and comers that weren't really established there.
Mm.
Now they still could have done it. He could have easily been joined up with JBL and APA.
Mm. Damn.
Could've
Just
taken
gonna...
the JBL path. I mean, he played a great psychotic big dude. So
I think I'm gonna watch me some Sean O'Haire matches
God rest his
tonight.
soul.
Oh, he died?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. I probably remember this when it happened, but totally forgot now. Damn. God rest his soul. Who am I taking now? What's happening here?
Well, you have Sean Stasiak.
Sean Stasiak or Sean X-Pac Waltman?
Boy, that's tough on you.
Yeah, it is. Especially since I had this whole plan with keeping
Sean
Sean
Stasiak.
and
Well, your ass is grass, and I'm gonna smoke it.
Fucking Stasiak.
You were gonna go Sean Stasiak versus Stan Stasiak, weren't you?
No, I was gonna go Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo.
Ooh.
But
I suppose you can give me X-Pac and Chuck Palumbo.
excuse me. X-Pac or X-Pac or Scotty Too Hottie? Side note: Scotty 2 Hotty recently announced that he'd asked for his release from backstage NXT role because he wants to return to wrestling in 2022.
Oh wow! Kudos to him. AEW won't be picking him up.
No.
X-Pac,
Maybe Impact.
Scotty 2 Hotty, or Brian Christopher.
Brian Christopher.
Boy, I'd have taken Scotty 2 Hotty in a heartbeat there. I
Me
knew
too.
where it devolved badly, and I'm glad it didn't.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen some good Brian Christopher matches, though.
Yeah,
more so than I have with
Scotty 2 Hotty
Scotty.
was his tag
No,
team partner.
with more. Okay. No, like single. I don't know. I don't remember both. Rest in peace, Brian Christopher. Rest in peace, good sir. Scotty 2 Hotty.
Was he actually related to Lawler?
Yes. He's
Yes.
legitimately Lawler's son.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Which is why I would not have taken him if he was still on the board here. Just so you know.
Oh.
So I'm glad Scotty 2 Hotty's here because it gives me potentially two choices.
Now it's the mandatory devolution. Remember, the safety net is you throwing in Danhausen. He will pick up Danhausen.
Scotty 2 Hotty. Or Bull Buchanan.
Jesus.
Scotty 2 Hotty.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't want to go straight to Danhausen. Bull Buchanan or Johnny the Bull.
Bull Buchanan. Johnny the Bull. Now, this is important to remember, and I don't know if JLB's going to remember the matches. Nuncio. Who was the other
Nuncio.
partner. He was another member of the Italian whatever.
Was it the full-blooded Italians?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where Johnny the Bull was from?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I totally didn't have any clue who Johnny the Bull was.
Johnny the Bull Nuncio.
Nuncio.
Who was a very good,
yeah,
very good
wrestler.
Yes.
And talker. Too Italian for my liking, but you know, he was good at what he did.
He wasn't
Nuncio.
a good talker, but he was a great cruiserweight. He was a great hand as a cruiserweight. Maybe that's what I should say.
Yeah. Nunzio. So
Johnny the Bull's still in.
Johnny the Bull or Ryback?
Johnny the Bull, I guess.
Oh,
Ryback
I feel like they're similar.
or Goldberg.
Oh, also another
Goldberg.
similar. Damn.
You didn't limit me to win Goldberg or Kurtz of Goldberg.
Yeah. I was just trying to push it back up a bit.
Yeah. Ryback.
Oh, I don't think we
know.
can. Yeah.
There's a safety net, and Smarks knows it. So
We're gonna do about 5 more minutes and then wrap it up.
Ryback. Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund. What the fuck?
If I remember right, you were like, fuck Bob Backlund one time.
Well, I mean, fuck Bob Backlund, but not in this scenario. Bob Backlund all the fucking way. Bob Backlund or Finn Balor?
You
you-
took Ryback.
Oh, damn it.
And Finn Balor's already been used in this.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. So, Ryback.
Ryback need Mahal.
Yeah, Ryback or Jinder. No, that's
No,
not good either.
no.
But
Gender.
we're going
You
with
said,
that.
wait, okay, you're sticking with it? You did
Yeah.
gender. Okay.
Gender.
Damn it.
Save us here. It'll
Um,
get back to you. You'll get to pick him.
Yeah, no, I had one, and I can't remember what I was gonna do. God, I had someone, and then Jinder Mahal came out, and it totally blanked my mind.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, Ryback or Right to Censor era Val Venus.
Oh, God.
But I'm leaving the option open for you to change it to regular Val Venus
After I pick
after. If you leave the Val Venus, I'm just saying, leaving that as open.
Ryback. Val Venus or I don't want to do this yet. Val Venus or Rikishi.
Rikishi.
Now, this is
I
all
really-
eras Val Venus.
I really hated Val Venus. I really didn't like him at all.
Ladies.
No. Especially when I saw that SmackDown episode and I saw his fucking like turkey hello ladies. I'm like, I'm just fucking disgusted. I can't. Oh, Jesus Christ. Val Venus. Or the Boogeyman.
Well, that's easy.
Well, yeah, you kind of ruined it for me because I'm going to take Val Venus in this respect
What?
because I never
Wow.
liked the Boogeyman.
I
Never
love the
did at all.
Boogeyman.
I
Never
know. I
liked the
love it.
Boogeyman.
I mean,
But
he's coming to get you.
It ruined it
Boogeyman.
because I had a pretty much guaranteed way to get Da Fabe to take Val Venus because I was going to throw a certain wrestler that we don't like to talk about on the podcast anymore because he's kind of turned out to be not so cool. I was going to say Val Venus or Joey Ryan.
Oh, geez. I feel like
But
both
now
of
you
those
gave
are
me
impossible.
Boogeyman.
But now I've got Boogeyman, so I've got to do Boogeyman or Gangrel.
Boogeyman.
Oh, wow.
Heartbeat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What? How's that? Oh, wow.
I think Gangrel was awesome in the ring.
You don't
So-
don't get the rest of the brood. You get Gangrel.
He had some good matches. Yeah. Jesus. What the hell did the Boogeyman do aside eat worms?
8 fucking worms.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to a 5-year-old. Excuse me. You're right. Boogeyman.
That's
Go
what
on.
he did. All right. All
Oh.
right. So that means I'm passing on. Gangrel or Kevin Thorne.
Remind me who Kevin Thorne is again?
Also vampire gimmick on Impact for a while. Then he was a vampire gimmick on WWE for a while. Then he also played the Mordecai.
Oh, snap. Okay. Kevin Thorne. Just because I want to do this next one.
Okay.
Gangrel. Oh, Kevin Thorne might have been better with the other one. No, screw it. Gangrel or Vampiro.
Oh, this is so easy. If you get this wrong, I'm gonna smack you.
Vampiro.
What? How is that? How are you sad about that?
Because I really wanted to take Gangrel, but I can't. You put
Vampiro's fantastic.
yeah,
I
Vampiro's fucking fantastic in the ring.
Yeah, I just
Um,
keep fucking you
I mean,
over. I'm
stupid
sorry.
shit fucking gimmick, but
mhm,
Yeah.
So
He still does stuff in Mexico, though. I always see his lives and all that, so it's
I
pretty cool.
mean, dude was gonna knock off Hogan, like,
Yeah,
and
Sure does.
fans were primed for it. They were like, yeah, let's do this. And then,
so that leaves
Vince
Gangrel
really-
as the odd man out in our game.
are you ending it right there?
It was 6 minutes after I'd said 5 minutes, so that's where it ends.
Oh, dirty.
So unfortunately, Gangrel, sorry, but
Now, if we're talking entrance themes, Gangrel, top of the charts, man.
maybe next week. Maybe next week you remind me of it, and next week we'll do Pass or Pass theme song edition.
Ooh,
Pick or pass theme song edition.
that is fun.
Which
Okay.
means you very easily could be like John Cena or Gangrel. I'm fucking taking Gangrel.
I don't know.
Well, especially if we say pre ba Cena.
What the hell was pre-ba-da-ba?
His original
Word
Ruthless
life.
Aggression.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a rapper. I'd probably go with Word Life.
You're not a rapper.
I am a rap enthusiast. Go eat my ass. That took. It's time to end the show, guys. Let's just end the show.
Oh, it's just rude. It's rude.
I know. I'm sorry.
Evolved quickly.
Will you be cleansing first for him?
I don't know. It depends
use
how
a
much a
washcloth?
dick he ends up being. It depends. We'll see.
Are you going to use a washcloth first? Because
I don't know. It depends how much of a dick
No.
you are to me. We'll see what happens.
so I've been listening to specific. It's non-wrestling podcast at my job because it's really easy for me to just kind of listen to as I do my new job. And it's based off the TV show Scrubs. I don't know if you've ever watched it.
I don't want no scrubs.
It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It was about a bunch of fresh out of med school doctors in their internship / residency / whatever at a hospital.
Dr. Jan Etor.
Yeah, Jan Etor. And the main character is a character named JD, John Dorian, who was played by Zach Braff, and his best friend was another doctor named Chris Turk, played by Donald Faison. And prior to the show, they didn't know each other, right? And since the show, they've become best friends. So they played best friends in the show and became best friends.
Aw.
So the podcast is Real Friends, Fake Doctors. That's what it is. And they're doing it as a chronological watch through of the TV show Scrubs. And they bring on guests and all of this stuff. But Donald Faison, if you don't know, is a black guy. And Zach Braff is white as can be. Right? And they've got a reoccurring conversation on it that considering it's 3 white guys on this show here would be interesting to take a quiz on. Apparently it's become more and more controversial to find out that black people almost all use washcloths in the shower and white people typically do not. And it drives black people nuts because they can't understand. Why don't you use a washcloth? So, of the 3 white people on this show, do any of us use washcloths in the shower?
Does a loofah count?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does
Loofah
loofah
does
count?
not count, but it is kind of partial credit because it's something. But
So sometimes they use a foamy ball. You know, the little foamy ball things that make the foam.
yeah.
Sometimes
well,
when I choose
that's
to
so-
buy a loofah, sometimes when I choose to buy a loofah, I do use a loofah, but they're scratchy as fuck, so they hurt. But I will say out loud, I never use a washcloth. That shit's for cleaning dishes.
Or washing hands.
No, you wash your hands with soap. The bar
Yeah,
of
and you
soap is
dry it with a cloth.
You dry it
called a
with a
towel.
towel.
Towel. Yeah.
A washcloth is designed to be used in the water
Uh,
to scrub you. While you're wet.
snap. Well, yeah,
My
but
answer
okay.
is I use an exfoliating soap, so no.
So, I mean, the actual washcloths, no. But I know my friends in Toronto who are very, very much really white use those hand towels.
In the
So
shower?
it's not in the shower as their like washcloth, if you will. But it's not an actual dishcloth kind of thing. You know,
Well,
it's not that material.
Typical washcloths are terry cloths about this big. You know, a little bit bigger than a hand, maybe 2 hands side by side.
Okay, but it's in the material of a towel.
Yes.
Okay, then yes. So when I was offered said washcloth, I don't usually use washcloths. A loofah every so often, but not necessarily.
Question: were you showering with them when they offered it to you?
Hey, you want to use
No.
this now, bud?
You want this one next?
So no.
Use it on your ass? No, then I don't need it.
No, just
So
use
no,
it on the bowl.
I don't regularly use them, but the fact that I was offered implies to me that they do. And I'm like, why haven't I ever really used like I would use like a washcloth on like the general area to make sure everything is thing, but not for my entire body technically. That's kind of weird. I know, but so no, I wouldn't regularly use a washcloth.
Yeah.
I will for my face.
I will get I like a scratchy brush to get my back and
Yeah. Like a
regions that are
loofah.
harder to reach, like a loofah, but I prefer the brushes for whatever reason.
Loofahs fucking hurt sometimes.
Fun fact on loofahs. Do you know loofahs do not grow in water? Loofah is a plant you can grow in your backyard.
Mm.
In our climates?
In our climates, in pretty much any climate.
Wow.
It's technically a bean plant, I believe. Yeah, I always thought loofahs were like sponges that grew in the ocean
Yeah.
and were harvested. Nope.
Oh.
Anyways, the other thing that this isn't specifically on the Scrubs podcast, but it has gone kind of viral is black people realizing that white people don't often like really wash their legs.
I wash my
How
legs.
so? I wash my
Physically,
legs.
soap goes down to my legs and I scrub on my legs. Yeah.
You physically scrub your legs. Okay.
Yeah.
Joby, do you physically scrub your legs every time?
Yep. Well, listen, I take baths. I'm a bath guy. So I scrub everything down, and then after I'm done my bath, I shower, technically, too. I'm weird like that. So I like to take my bath. I like to relax.
Jesus. How many hours are in the days up in Canada? Because I ain't got time for that shit.
Well, I mean, it's when I shower, I'm not there like I just shower everything off, and then that's it. My bath is like my relaxing kind of make sure everything's scrubbed, everything's done. Shower time, do my soap.
Just while you're relaxing a little, how's your father? Well,
I don't get it.
We'll take that as a
Okay.
no.
It's okay.
Okay, we'll move on.
I might not have. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what you said. So I heard, "How's your father?"
Yes, watch Austin Powers sometime, and you'll get it.
Okay.
It's not the first one though. I think it's the second or third one. I think it's Goldmember.
Oh, Goldman Faja. Yes, I know what
it's
you're
not the
referring
Faja
to.
part. He's
No. I think it's in that movie, but I don't.
No,
It's not the first one. It's not.
Okay, it's the third one. It would be the third one if it's in that movie. That's the third one. That's
I
Goldmember.
think it's in Goldmember. That's what I said. Is I think that's where it's at. It might be in the second one. Might be Spy Who Shagged Me. Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter. Watch them,
Mm.
and then when you see Austin Powers mentioned, Give yourself a little "How's your father?" You'll know exactly what I mean. Anyways,
All right. Okay.
so so of this podcast, I'm the one who gets to shame himself by saying I'm not a regular scrub down my legs, or the soap and water goes down to my legs and it cleans them off just fine. You know,
But you do wash your feet.
not really. I mean,
No?
there's standing water and soap gets into it and they soak in the standing
Oh,
water.
you're such a dirty white man. Gross.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, bro.
Gross.
You gotta really scrub. You gotta scrub those feet, bro.
No, I don't. If I scrub my feet, they get super dry and cracky. I have really sensitive skin, so too much.
Okay.
In fact, to be perfectly honest, I use a special soap because if I use anything with moisturizers, or perfumes in them, I break out like a 12-year-old boy on prom night.
Oh wow.
I don't know how many 12-year-old
Why are
boys go to prom.
12-year-olds
I
at
know.
prom?
Yeah, that's completely new, but sure.
They're with a teenage cougar. You want to
Teenage
come to
cougar.
prom with me? Okay.
When we dance, my face is right at. Never mind. She's
Break
tall.
out.
Break out.
Anyways, on that note, we
what
will.
an odd set of questions.
Well, it all kind of
Yeah,
came
it's
up on the
interesting.
podcast. Well, first of all, if you haven't watched Scrubs, then listening to the podcast isn't going to be all that entertaining to you. But if you ever watch Scrubs, then listen to the Fake Friends, Real Doctors. No, Real Friends, Fake Doctors.
Timestamp me to those interesting conversations, and I
They're
will listen.
all the time. They're all the time. Every episode
Nice.
gets into one of those.
Okay, so
Nice.
here's a similar question because drives me crazy. How often do you wash your hair?
Every time for me.
Shampoo every time.
Shampoo every time.
So you shouldn't.
My hair
but-
gets stupid greasy if I don't.
Oh,
It gets greasy because you shampoo every time, just so you know.
It's always got stupid greasy. Even when I was a dirty teenager and didn't shampoo every time, my hair gets like 60s greaser greasy. I got accused in middle school of using hair grease on my hair, and it was just simply because I didn't shampoo regularly. I didn't like it. My hair gets so greasy. My hair will get greasy by the end of the day. It's why I usually wear a hat on these, because by the end of the day, my hair is not fun to show on. So
you might want to look into that. I feel like that's not normal.
it has to do with my combination skin and my sensitivities.
So I as well do technically for the most part, but they say you should only do it shampoo at least. You should only do it like twice a week.
Here's the thing is, for every person that you find that is you should only shampoo twice a week, you will find another person who says, nope, shampoo all the time. As long as you use a quality shampoo.
Like I feel like scientists or something.
No,
say
I'm
you should do
telling
it all
you,
the time.
I'm telling you, you will find just
Anthony
as many,
Fauci said it.
you will find just as many who
Jesus.
say, here's the deal. What you got to remember is your hair is dead. It in and of itself, your hair has nothing. And so shampooing it, if you're using a high quality shampoo and one free of parabens, it is the only way to add moisture to it, because once your hair is out of the follicle, your skin can't add anything more to it, right? Except with grease, with greasy, oily residue, right? And so, but that's my point is there's no consensus on it, because remember what hair is all subjective to our standards of beauty. And if you want your hair to be fluffy and this way, then you have to do it certain ways, or else it doesn't do it. And if you want your hair to be a different way, then you have to do it a different way. And it's all subjective. And depending on exactly what you want your hair to look like, It may be, if you want long, straight, like down to your ass, straight hair, shampooing it every day is probably not the best way to do it. Mostly because that's going to dry out your tips because they're clear down here and they're
Listen,
dead.
we don't need to talk about my nipples on this podcast.
I said tips.
Oh, tips. Sorry.
And yes, we do need to talk about your nipples on this podcast.
That's the part I shampoo every day is the hair on the nipples.
Oh, and I also got to point out when we talk about shampooing and talking about hair, I am a very hairy guy. And so I have to wash the hair in lots of places, not just on the top of my head.
At the bottom of your head as well.
That time you braided your dingleberries? That was fun.
Well, I don't remember it because I was sleeping at the time.
Oh. It's okay, sweetie. Beard love. No, I shampoo once a week. That's it.
Mhm.
I rinse every day. Every single day I rinse.
Yeah,
I do not get the
Sure.
hair and go dry.
Literally, if I do not put shampoo in it, it is greasy as fuck.
So you guys don't condition? You don't use conditioner at all?
I condition every once. I conditioned this morning. I usually condition maybe once every week or two. I don't do it too often. But I mostly do it as a deep condition. But here's the other side of it. When I condition, I don't just put it in and rinse it out. I put it in and I let it sit for 5 minutes or so before rinsing it out.
Yeah.
So it
Do
truly
you condition your
penetrates.
beard?
Sometimes
Does it make your skin feel weird when you do?
I haven't found a good beard oil that I like for
I've
conditioning
found
it.
several beard oils and conditioners that I like. I'm talking about, do you use shampoo conditioner on your beard?
I don't use conditioner on my beard. No.
I've done that a couple times, and it makes my skin feel numb.
Again, because of my sensitive skin, for my beard, I use the same shampoo I use for the rest of the same soap I use for the rest of my body. It used to be Liquid Ivory hand soap, and then they discontinued it.
Oh, the cilantro flavored stuff.
The one that I used was not the cilantro flavored stuff. It had almost no scent.
Because cilantro tastes like fucking ivory.
Well, it tastes like soap to you.
Yes.
You're part of that 40% of Americans who cilantro tastes like soap.
All of us. You guys just like soap.
Nope. It tastes delicious.
Cilantro
And I do not like the taste of soap. But there's a whole genetic thing to that. But that's a different thing altogether. But like beard oil, here's the thing. My problem with beard oils is the smell. They love to use like sandalwood smell or fucking looking like wilderness rough man smells with them. I fucking hate them, and they drive me nuts, and they drive my allergies nuts.
So you prefer more of a vanilla beard?
Maybe a vanilla beard, or if they could make it basically unscented, I would probably do that. But it's almost impossible. Sandalwood's like the most common one. It fucking drives me nuts. So in speaking of stuff like this, man, we're going on a weird tangent when we're supposed to be ending the podcast. Here, if you're a wrestling person, you can probably go away now.
That is Go Podcast Network. Go
podcast. Follow us. Links in the doobly doos. Blah blah blah.
Go get yourself some merch.
Yeah, merch. Link in doobly doos. Pissant Podcast. Facebook. Ron or WVU everywhere else. Anyways,
Beer Dog Radio 8.
Sasha Bear. I found out last week, and related to this, that I'd recently switched deodorants.
You didn't know?
Well, no, I'd switched the deodorant. it was here's the deal. Old Spice has been doing this shit where they make something and I like it, and then 2 months later they discontinue it, and I can't find it again.
Bear Glove's horrible.
And so I what was it? There was Wolf Thorn and Bear Glove. I liked Bear Glove, but it wasn't a little bit of TMI. It wasn't strong enough for me in the summer months. My sweaty pits. So I had to move to the Sweat Defense sport for that. But then I found they had one. It was called Red Sky. It was one of their premium scents. And well, okay, first they had one that was Gentleman's Blend, and I really liked it. And then they fucking got rid of that. Then they had Red Sky, and I liked that a lot. And then I go to buy another that nope, it's gone. And so they had one, and it's their new ones they have that are like all day cologne scent. It's like, you don't need cologne if you've got this and everything. And I'm like, fine. So I picked one out that in the store smelled good, and I decided afterwards at home that I don't really like the smell of it, but I've already bought it, so I'm using it. But here's the deal then. So last week I had the sinus infection, right? This all comes together here. On Thursday, I ate some Campbell's chicken noodle soup. And on Friday, I still smelled like chicken noodle soup all day.
And this is a problem because
when you're working around other people and they're like, why does everything smell like chicken noodle soup? And then on Saturday, I still smelled like chicken noodle soup. 2 showers later, I still smelled like chicken noodle soup. It was coming out of my pores.
Interesting.
Like, this is fucked up. So Sunday, my wife is like, listen, you've got to do something because you've smelled like chicken noodle soup for 2 days. I'm like, I know. I don't know what it is. It's like, you got to do something. And while I was in the shower, she was on her phone looking up, my husband smells like chicken noodle soup. And I get out of the shower and she says, I'm finding a lot of people who saying that they started to smell like chicken noodle soup after switching deodorants.
Oh,
Did you recently switch deodorants? I'm like, well, son of a bitch. Yeah, I did. I just got this new
Red Sky.
No, it was the replacement to Red Sky. I liked Red Sky, and I didn't smell like chicken noodle soup with it. I can't even remember the name of it. But I just got this new one, and so I pulled out a old deodorant that was one of the Pure Sport ones, and put it on, and sure enough, guess what? I didn't smell like chicken noodle soup on Sunday.
Huh.
So I was blaming it on the chicken noodle soup for 3 days. But in reality, it was fucking Old Spice that made me smell like chicken noodle soup.
Why don't you use a grown-up deodorant like Axe or something, bud?
That is not a grown-up deodorant. Stop.
I'm not joking. I was shopping with my dad in Sam's Club once upon a time. And, obviously my dad's in poor health, so I traveled to the town he lives in. It's about an hour away. I take him to do all the shopping. We go to Sam's Club. He shops at Sam's Club like normal people do at the grocery store, which is really fucking weird and irritating and annoying. So we go up and down every aisle. He goes by the sample area where you just scan your card and they give you a sample of something. He's like, this is great. I'm going to get a sample of Axe. You are 69 years old.
Oh my God.
You put that shit on your body and I will beat you. I won't actually beat my father. I'm not.
I think it was Dynasty. Old Spice Dynasty, I think is what it was.
Are you sure it was Old Spice Dallas who shot JR?
Because they've got these new ones. They've got Royalty, Dynasty.
But why would it make you smell like? Was it just it was just the chicken and the soup though? It wasn't anything else?
How your body reacted with those chemicals?
Yep. Somehow or another, my body turned.
Yeah. The thing is, anytime you're wearing a deodorant or anything like that, you have to know how it reacts with your chemicals. So you sniff it on the shelves, and it doesn't smell like how it's going to smell on you, ever.
Okay.
Ever. None of them do, unless they're like Axe and they're just overwhelmingly a smell.
Right.
In which case, you smell like you have too much cologne on.
Right.
You want something that blends with your body. That's why I think that's part of the reason Smarks is upset, because he's found a couple that did blend with him, and then they discontinued those scents.
And then he finds some that just freaking make him smell like chicken noodle soup.
I find one that makes me smell like fucking chicken noodle soup. Don't buy Old Spice Dynasty. You'll smell like chicken noodle soup.
I don't understand why you're upset about this. I think that'd be fantastic.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag probably won't be.
Unless you want to smell like chicken noodle soup and Old Spice has a thing going on here. Damn. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad or a good thing. I guess after a while you would get annoyed.
Okay. Here's the deal. I'm going to challenge you guys. Go out and buy some Campbell's chicken noodle soup and fucking use it as deodorant for a couple days and tell me whether you think it's a good thing in the long run.
How about if I buy the Dynasty and use that as deodorant? I do actually still need deodorant.
Well,
I'm not going to put Campbell's chicken noodle soup in my armpits, but...
Okay, you try the Dynasty and see if you smell like chicken noodle soup. But
I'll
guarantee
see if we have Dynasty.
I guarantee you, if you start smelling like chicken noodle soup, you will very quickly be like, I don't like this at all. And I like here's the deal. I like chicken noodle soup. I don't like smelling like chicken noodle soup.
Hashtag not sponsored. I love my Dr. Squatch soaps. Orange Cedar is fantastic.
I've
Dr. Squatch?
Yeah.
I've boycotted Dr. Squatch just because it fucking takes over my TikTok feed all the time with their stupid ads.
Oh my god, really?
I've
never tried them.
Soaps.
They're probably fantastic. I've never tried them. Hashtag Dr. Squatch if you want to send me some and maybe win me over. But
if it makes them smell like chicken noodle soup, though,
because they're all natural and don't have parabens, I can tell you one thing: you go through a bar of soap in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the simple fact is send me some and I'll try it. And as long as I don't smell like chicken noodle soup, I might like them. But stay the fuck off my TikTok feed. I'm done with you.
I'm about to order some Dr. Squatch, I think.
And while you're at it, put in an order for Old Spice Dynasty if you want to smell like chicken noodle soup.
And that's the end of the podcast.
And on that note, we'll go ahead and end this podcast.
We should just end it there.
They have a chocolate milk scent now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God. Products. Bar soaps. Get out of here.
It's all natural soap?
Yes.
I've been going the old natural soap route myself. Might want to try this Dr. Squatch.
Oh, it's Squatch. You want to? A lot of guys like the pine tar. As I've said, I love the cedar citrus. Love it.
Yeah. My worry is, as an all natural as it is, like I said, I fucking break out like you wouldn't believe. With almost any moisturizers or almost any perfumes. And so I probably cannot do Dr. Squatch either. But
my son loves their spearmint basil. Oh, I bet Alpine Sage would be delicious too.
Oh, good thing I never got Old Spice Timber. It's scented with fucking sandalwood.
Well, the name like Old Spice Timber,
There's a lot of other woods they could use that would be just fine, but not fucking sandalwood. See, they got Old Spice Wilderness. It's lavender scented. That's fine. Old Spice Deep Sea with fucking ocean elements. Cool. Old Spice Volcano that's charcoal. I don't know if I want to put a black one on my...
They have Dr. Squatch toothpaste. I'm out.
Oh, Jesus.
I like me my Colgate. I don't want all natural in my toothpaste. I want shit that's gonna fucking strip off the evils.
I'd like to keep my evils on me. Thank you very much. Anyways, on that note, we're going to close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. You can follow us on all the social medias. You can follow me at Raw and Order WBU. You can follow DA Fabe at...
Oh, gotta come back. Hold on. DA Vincent K. Fabe right there.
And you can follow JLB at...
JLB420. Real Talk Radio, though, is the brand at Real Talk Radio 8, anchor.fm/RTR. That's it.
Awesome. You can head down to the Doobly Doos to find links to Tatnus Co. We talked about that earlier. Links to our merch store where you can get the Pissant Podcast hat or the Raw and Order WBU Police Academy or pun always intended or the Sasha Bear.
Sasha Bear.
Sasha Bear. And
Sasha Bear.
that show, that Spread Shop likes to run all sorts of specials. So check on there because they might be running like free shipping or some shit like that. I never know until they're like, oh, we're running it. And I'm like, oh, shit, I should have talked about it on the podcast, but I'm not doing another one until next week, and it's over by then. So just keep your eye. They run all sorts of shit on it. Save yourself some money. But if you want to get it there by the holidays, you probably better order soon. Just
yes, like now. Probably still won't show up, but try.
Sasha Bear. Give the gift of Sasha Bear.
Sasha Bear.
But on that note, we're going to go ahead and close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Thank you all for listening. We will see you soon.
Bye.
Ciao.